All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back for one final story. We got the Huntress' story down here, which was freaking fantastic. You know, I really like the Huntress' story. Final one though, however, our final story does boil down to our favorite goth girl who doesn't care about anything, the Spirit. Oh, I am ready for this. I really hope that they make DLC for this or they make a sequel to this, because this has just been so freaking rich. I'm not sure as well. Do you want me to do... I mean, I guess I'm gonna read through the whole story again, I guess. Cough, cough, cough. You wake up on the beach, soaking wet, salt water stinging the inside of your throat as if you nearly drown. Water falls from your mouth as you open it to gasp for air. You have no memory of how you got here. In fact, you can only remember your own name, but not where you came from or a single fact about your life. What you do know is that, despite the outrageous beauty of the landscape around you, you feel incredibly sick to your stomach. Cough, 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 cough. Wow, really went down the wrong pipe, huh? You need a minute, or can I go on? Because I can give you a minute, we've got plenty of time. Endless time, really. An eternity, if you catch my drift. Oh, not now, Ocean. Sorry, Celeris, may I continue? Yeah, please, go on. Okay then, as I was saying... you look down at your feet, ankle deep in the crystal blue water of a newly arrived wave. As the water recedes back into the ocean, it reveals a grotesque discovery. I've always wondered whose head it is. A decomposing face stares up at you from beneath the sand. All you can do is vomit, a stream of dark wild bugs, worms, and utter ick. Questions race through your mind. Where are you? How did you get here? Who is behind this incredibly charming and well-spoken voice in your head? However, answers don't come easy. Your mind is completely blank. What will you do? I actually have not chosen the other options before, but... you know what? Let's go with the classic. Let's dig up the face. You brush away the sand from the half-buried human head embedded in the ground before you. Hey, juicy. There's no body, just his head. As you pick it up, flakes of skin fall to the ground. The jaw falls open, revealing a gold coin sitting on the rotting tongue of this poor dead soul. Getting your hands dirty, I see. I like that. You're a take charge type. You examine the gold coin briefly, happily distracted from what has otherwise been an extremely confusing morning. The sun beats down on you, drying your clothes. You check your pockets, but they're empty. Plenty of room for a gold coin, you suppose, and so you deposit it. Why, that's a nice coin you got there. What if you were to spend it right now? No thanks. Look, I'm gonna be level with you here. That coin you found, it's mine. I dropped it yesterday and I've been looking all over for it. You dropped it into a dead person's mouth? Can you just give it back? No. Be that way then. Your mind doesn't have a chance to linger any longer on your current situation as you feel something soft bump into your foot. When you look down, you find a volleyball sitting in the sand there next to you. You stare down, frozen. A voice calls up from behind you. A little help, please? You turn around and see what's waiting for you when your jaw just about hits the ground. Hell yes. Hell yes. Yes. Four gorgeous monsters stand halfway between you and a well-tended volleyball court. Yeah. Each of them oozes with undead energy, a magical aura reaching out and penetrating you via your eyes. Your heart begins to race, curiosity, fear, desire. You can't help but stare at these casually dressed, let's call them killers. I don't know, not to be judgmental, but that's just the energy you put out there. So many competing feelings rush through your mind at once that you are completely paralyzed. Hello? Oh. Hello! There are weird days, and then there's this. All you can do is look down at the ball and back up at this monstrous lineup of, well, Literal monsters. Sexy ass monsters though. What do you do? You know what? I'm just gonna toss it back. You bend down and grab the ball. It's warm from sitting in the sand on this beautiful day. When you give the ball a toss, it arcs beautifully through the air and lands right into Huntress's hands. Not bad, stranger. Huntress's muscles ripple as she grips it in her hands. You look her up and down and consider what it might be like to be held tightly in those strong arms. Warm, perhaps. Might be a little sweaty, but that's okay. It's natural. Try hard much? Ugh. They're speaking directly to you, but you still can't bring yourself to reply. You're entranced. When you snap out of it, you realize that everyone has gone back to the volleyball court. Alone again, you look across the beach at these strange residents who casually bat a volleyball back and forth, happily ignoring your intrusion onto their private beach. Should you be frightened, worried, excited? I did refer to them as killers, not to give too much away. At the same time, damn, they are looking very appealing in their own way, and nobody so much as lifted a blood-soaked finger in your direction. Don't be scared, Cyrus, you're made for this. Well, geez, if the spooky ocean voice says not to be scared, I'm sure it's all gonna work out. With no good reason not to, you decide to head over and see what happens next. Aw dang. It seems like you derailed the volleyball game just by showing up.
You derailed the game, but that's for showing up, nitwit.
And I guess you're also a nitwit. Look, it's best to just go with what Trapper says when he says it. That's a policy I hold for pretty much anyone who always seems to have fresh blood on their hands. Hey, don't worry about it. It's all just a game. Existence, that is. Besides, you seem a lot more interesting than a silly game. What's your deal? What brings you here?
You mean you're here to do more than distract? You mean you're here to do more than distract from my total domination?
Deep sigh. That was Wraith. That sigh means he was done with the game too. Either that or he saw a butterfly or something.
Look, I don't care why the slack-jawed moron is here. I just want to know, can I kill him or not?
You know you can't. At least not yet.
Oh yeah, not yet.
Hey, Celeros, you know you might want to say something. Actually, never mind. There'll be plenty of time for that soon enough. Right now, this group has some questions for you. Be warned, answer quickly and answer well. This is a time quiz and it'll be very important later. Very important. Or not important anyway whatsoever. Probably that one. I can't remember.
How attractive would you say you are?
No, not at all.
Well, watch
Dude, that's bullshit. You're beautiful, you hear me? If you get it out of any superpower, what would it be? Flight! Flight, for sure. Well, technically, I suppose I can fly. Honestly, it's not all that it's cracked out to be. As far as I go, I'm still not where I want to be. What's your best subject in school? History. Nice. It's important to know what came before so that we're not doomed to repeat humanity's mistakes. I mean, we will anyways, but still. What's your favorite animal? Cat. Definitely a cat. What? Why is everyone looking at me? Just because you think I'm this typical cute goth girl, I have to have some specific love of all things cats, and more specifically black cats? Well, I do, but you can all go to hell anyway. What's your favorite color? Blood. Red. Some call it the color of love, but love is just another word for pain. What's your dream job? I prefer not working at all. If we're gonna do whatever we want, why work at all? It takes a lot of courage to break free from society's expectations to climb the ladder. Only she could spit laziness in some kind of grand crusade. These damn millennials. Best flavor of ice cream? Chocolate. My favorite flavor is pain. Same here. Mine is vanilla, so the pain. I think mint chip is the greatest flavor ever conceived myself, but enough about ice cream, am I right? Hold on a second, this reminds me, I am right. Always. It is a lesson you should learn before we go too much further. Do what I say if you want to survive. Pick. Mint chip. You're teaching lessons now, narrator? You rascal. Kill or be killed is the rule of this island, even for faceless voices. Tell me, what's the best flavor of ice cream?
Mint chip.
The best flavor is mint chip. So obedient. I think you're gonna do just fine. Anywho, now that they know so much about you, I'm sure the group wants you to start getting to know them.
I'm Trapper. I've pretty much run things around here. I'm the smartest, richest, strongest person on this whole island. I don't like losers. If you want to know what a loser is, say hello to Wraith.
I am Wraith. I'm nothing like everyone else. I like nice people and loathe victim idiots. Hey, what's up? I'm Spirit. I don't like most things. I don't really hate most things either. It's not worth my time. But the things I do hate, I really hate, you know? Based on my personal observations, life is nothing but suffering, and society is a carefully calculated lie to keep everyone subservient to those in power. It's better to choose just not to take part. Daisy was just like she was downright murdered by society. She hates it so much. Oh no, wait. I remember Spirit's story now. That's almost exactly what happened. Hey, I'm Huntress. Don't let these bummers get you down. There's lots of fun to be had on this island. Long and lots of love.
Yeah, there is, if you know what I mean.
Throw out.
Throw a body.
I've explained this 1,000 times. I'm dead, but I'm not a literal ghost. I just create a trail of fog. I'm not made of it.
Could have fooled me. Whatever, fog body.
Well, that's not nice. He's not nice.
You love it.
Only sometimes. Ew, really? That's disgusting.
That's why she likes it.
Don't speak for me, I also hate it. Stop speaking entirely, actually. For the first time ever, I agree with Race. Let's move on, otherwise they'll do this all day. Besides, if I know the screw, and I do, they'll want to show off soon enough.
If we're done playing, let's go do something else instead.
Wow, for once I actually agree to meet Head.
I saw you go to my yacht. It's some massive dope boat docked nearby. Give everyone a taste of true luxury and power.
Wraith rolls his eyes.
Don't mind him, he just hates fun and happiness.
No, I hate the endless, desperate, soul-crushing pursuit of wealth and the way it's flaunted needlessly and the cruelty it engenders. What about hanging out by the pool? I find the water calming, simple, beautiful. Hey, what about our volleyball game? We can exercise and have some fun as a group. Y'all serious? There's a perfectly good lounge to chill out right here. I'm tired, and besides, I hate being in the sun. Where do you want to go? Lounge? It'd be great to relax for a second at the lounge. To kick up your feet, look over the ocean, and relax on your own terms. Who want anything else? Bright, comfortable, getting a cool drink on a hot day, it's the best. I mean, what kind of fool, what kind of monster, what kind of mask-wearing psychopath would finally be granted a break from the constant grind of chasing and fighting to get ahead, and then choose to exert themselves in, quite frankly, any way whatsoever? Why am I the only one who gets it? It's time to stop living by their rules. I won't do it any longer. This face, man, this nightmare face, I freaking love it. Yeah, we should probably give her a second to calm down. Hold on, for just one moment. This is Dwight and Claudette, our activities coordinators. They're also the cooks, waiters, bartenders, janitors, and every other job. They are the only help remaining on the island. This place we call Murderous Island. Cue the dramatic musical flourish. Whee! None of the others survived. Survived the interview process, I mean. Hence why we shout heretofore refers to them as survivors with a capital S. These two have worked here a long time, so very long. I don't actually know how long it's been. Sorry. Anyway, I should probably let Dwight and Claudette do their mandated jobs. They sure look happy, but they're vibrating with a nervous energy that's starting to give me the creeps. For now, escort the group to a venue of your choosing. However, in the future, we recommend waiting for us to present you with your options whenever possible, so you don't just run off to various activities unsupervised. We don't have much autonomy down here. The least you can do is to allow us to do our job. The most you can do is to help us get off this island. Right? Yes, pardon me. Please follow us. Hey, narrator? Yeah, something I can help you with? Those two, Claudette and Dwight. Did they just start to mention something about wanting to escape? Is escape an option? Should I be trying to escape? Honestly, if I was at the beach side like this all the time, I don't know. I actually liked like a cooler place. I've always liked like a cooler location, like a much nicer. I wouldn't say a beachside thing, but I think I've always preferred like something that's a little bit more. It's a little bit quieter in terms of like temperature, cooler in temperature. Yeah, I think I always prefer something that's a little bit more cooler in temperature instead of like hanging out in such a warm place. Escape them? Oh no. I think you're mistaken. It seems like Dwight was asking for help to get off this island, though. Oh yes, that's true. He was, but he just meant that he wants to get to the other vacation island getaway, a couple miles south from here. It has much fancier accommodations than this island. It's one of those big corporate outfits, quite exclusive, where all the famous celebrities hang out. It's very luxurious. Doesn't quite have the charm that this island has, though. Trust me, you wouldn't want to go there. With all that money comes a lot of restrictions. This is where you belong. So now, off you go. It's time for an activity. On this island, your decisions matter, mostly. And I agree with them, not like that other island. What will it be? Lounge. Take the lounge. Finally, freedom from the preposterous premise that the four of us will be engaged in some sort of thrilling 2-on-2 volleyball match. Spirit looks at you from beneath her gigantic sun hat. It takes a conspiratorial tone. I don't know whose idea of volleyball was in the first place, but I hate them. I tried to feign a sprained ankle, but everyone already knows that I technically float above ground, so nobody believed I was even putting any pressure on my joints in the first place. Then I tried to annoy everyone by not giving a crap, and when that didn't work, I tried whining, and that didn't work. I threatened to kill every single person on this island, but it turns out I'm not the first to toss those kinds of threats around on this island. So, thanks, I guess, for getting it called off. She has a very cute smile. Are we threatening to end each other again? Now is Dwight who takes on a conspiratorial tone, his eyes shifting as he slips into a loud whisper. Please just make it quick. It's what you'll be saying when we get behind the bar to make you the drink of your dreams. Hilarious, right, Dwight? Yeah, right. So what will we be having? Ooh, I don't drink though. I think I'm gonna go for... I've heard of a vodka soda, I've heard of a sangria, and I've heard of Scotch rocks. I've never heard of a virgin daiquiri before, so let's try this. I didn't come here to party, I'm just trying to make the best of a very strange situation. I don't know, how about a daiquiri? I don't want to make that. Let's skip the liquor, I'll have mine virgin. Trapper snickers at your choice of words.
Sure you will, kid.
Don't mind him, we don't need to soak ourselves in booze just to please someone else's expectations. If you ask me, there's enough spirits here already. Besides, alcohol just numbs you to the painful realities of the world. I choose to face them head on. Interesting.
You'll never do something like, I don't know, hide from it all behind the world's largest hat or anything. Please allow me to ignore any fashionable advice from a man wearing a doll's face as a mask. Not a doll's face, jerk.
Since we fulfilled your request, it's time for you to return the favor. I should have known there was a catch. Icebreaker time! I swear, had I known it'd be pull this kind of fox and enthusiastic community building crap, I'd have suggested that we attempt to walk the lowest point of the ocean before I set foot near this bar. You don't think it could be kind of fun? A little fun? Never mind, I hate it. This sucks. But it could be fine, or whatever you say. Has anyone seen my hat? I've literally never seen him in a hat. If we must make small talk, I'm at least picking a topic before we end up being forced to do some lame improv game that nerds learn at their non-sports after-school activities that I never did because I'm no nerd. More specific. Methinks a certain someone does protest too much. Sitting here on this beautiful sunny afternoon, warm sand beneath the cool fog beneath my severed feet. The topic I choose is books. Novels, comics, fiction, or none. Reading is the only escape from the inescapable horror of life. The escape into your own mind. A groan rolls through the crowd. Not a lot of readers here, I imagine, based on the response. They were much more enthusiastic about drinking. Considering the situation we're in, it seems like an appropriate time to ask you. So there was supposed to be a desert island book, the one book you'd bring with you if you're, well, on an island like this. Oh, it has to be classic horror, for the reasons that should be obvious. He means because this is an island of horror villains, and those books are all in the public domain. Nothing too modern. Humanity has really gotten soft these past 100 years. So what's your favorite? I liked Dracula. Bram Stoker's Dracula is actually pretty good. Dracula is one classic that's still scary. Be seduced by some beautiful stranger only to learn that they're an immoral villain. It's downright thrilling. Well, I guess, but I was gonna say that despite the deviant behavior of Dracula and the threat of possible danger or even death that he poses, you can't help but get turned on by the liberation of the status quo that he represents. Same here. So what if some old doctor says he's a bad boy? You're supposed to reek like garlic and sleep alone? Who do you think? Who do they think would buy into that? I mean, Spirit, you're looking kind of tasty right now. If you're gonna be trapped in a nightmare that's undead life eternal, which I know a little something about, you could do a lot worse than great clothes, a castle, and a lover who doesn't take shit from anyone. The scariest part of Dracula is thinking that no one will ever be quite as interesting to make love to as a vampire. Enough about these old stories that belong to someone else. I think it's time to make up new stories of our own. Before you know what's going on, Huntress is waving an empty vodka bottle in the air, a devilish twinkle in a half-mask covered eye. Might I suggest something a little naughty? Let's go get in a circle and spin this bad boy. Oh, Trickster comes up really early. A great idea. Trickster, isn't he a little bit late to introduce a new character? I thought I was the only one who gets to make the rules, so I'm not sure who I'm asking. But I wasn't ready for this. Well, hello, and who's this new fan in the waiting? Baited hack. I don't know, what's the harm in inviting one more person to join the circle for our game? Oh, I can't stay, I was just saying it's a great idea, while also teasing the secret Trickster antic. I've got much better things to do than to hang out here. I'm famous. Toodaloo. As a secret Trickster ending? The rules are simple. First you spin, and then you swap. Spit, that is. But let's be clear, this isn't a peep show. We're here to have a good time, but in a classic way. All makeouts will happen out of view of the public eye, real romantic like. Yes, romance is a goal, so we'll all be waiting here in complete silence, trying to listen in and use our imaginations while you make out on the other side of the bar, but not watching. Like adults, romantic, well-adjusted adults. Cyrus, you're up. Oh my god, well, run a save game already. You grip the bottle in your hand and put your fate in the hands of the empty bottle gods. Mini-game kids. Okay, yeah, we've done mini-games before. Yeah. Ready? Oh no. Oh no. Ah. No! No, no! Let's try again. Oh, that was even worse! That was even worse! Okay. Damn, that was scary. Okay, guess what? Do you want to be? Fine, get into the results. First, get 3 times 2 matches. How we can also on the island. You fucker. You got Maverick. Spirit. Wraith. Spirit. Okay, there we go. Nailed it. Freaking nailed it, dude. Spirit's your true match. Okay, now let's quickly save before like anything bad happens. Ooh. Just this morning you were waking up on a strange beach, surrounded by strangers with murderous intent. Now you're looking across a beach shower at Spirit, lust in her eyes and sweat glistening on her skin. Your heart races, you feel your pulse pounding in your ears. Spirit takes you by the hand and you sit face to face at a private section of the bar. She begins to reach for you, putting her hands on your shoulders. You're sweating, but not in the sexy way she is. You're sweating in the gross way. You'd sweat at an interview for a job you're not even remotely qualified for. You don't know what to do. If you try to lock lips in this state, you might gross her out so completely that you never might be able to look at you romantically again. Spirit, that's some bad news for you. That's something about teeth, don't I? I think it might be seaweed. I have no idea how long I was in the ocean. No. Well, maybe. That's not what I was gonna say. It's not happening. Not now, maybe not ever. If they think I'm gonna make out of some stranger just because the bottle told me to, they've got nothing coming. And so do you. Namely a katana into your heart. If you even try to make a move under such absurd circumstances. I wasn't gonna... Yeah, I know you seem pretty harmless, and not all that bad to kiss if I was interested, which I am not at this moment in time. Are you gonna tell them we kissed? We are. I'm not above lying to get what I want. So that thing about me not being that bad to kiss, was that a lie to get me to play along? If you want to know the truth, figure that out for yourself, but don't expect this life to just hand you gifts like me. All I was ever handed was pain and suffering. Treat me well and I'll return the favor. Otherwise, try a different route and see what happens. I had to break up with such a passionate moment, but we assumed it was passionate because we'd never spy on you constantly while you stay on this island. But dinner is being served right away, and we must insist that you join us. We wouldn't want anyone dying of starvation, when there's so much more interesting things to die from.
A few moments later.
Seems like the next activity is mealtime? How quaint. You were expecting what? Capture the flag? Do you know how complicated it is to run a game like that? Much more so than sitting and talking. You arrive at the cookout area to find an assortment of picnic tables scattered around. What are you expecting? Some kind of grand hall as a huge banquet table? This ain't some prestigious fantasy epic like you'd find on cable. Dwight and Claudette usher you to your seat, but there's very limited seating directly around you. And oh great, terrific. It seems that everyone wants to sit next to you. Even better is that they don't want to sit next to certain other people either. To start, no one wants to sit next to Trapper. Maybe he refuses to sit next to Wraith or Trickster. Oh yeah, Trickster is here. Surprise? Well, they don't call him Expecster. I'm sorry, even I get nervous around crowds of killers and my whole shtick gets a little flustered. It is, Cyrus. He's looking good. Real good. And we literally can't let Huntress and Trapper sit together. No, seriously, their arms are too big. They can't fit at the table even if they sit side by side. Look at this. We can't even fit everyone on screen at the same time. You probably think it was an error, but it's not. It's completely intentional. Let that be a lesson to you. Every error you think you see, a choice. Got that? Okay. Dwight and Claudette are directing traffic. You sit on one side, the rest of them will sit opposite you. Huntress and Trapper can sit at the ends with their enormous sexy arms. Now that everyone is seated, we can begin dinner. Tonight's meal is prepared slowly and carefully with both love and hate for 12 hours over a spit. We hope you all enjoy. We really, really hope you do. Hey, you didn't actually tell us what you're serving. What are we eating? With meat. Seasoned with a specific number of special herbs and spices that we simply can't divulge. My favorite. Meat is good. Meat is murder. Which you know, considering what you've been up to. Who are you to get judgy now? I'm just sharing facts. And you need to murder something in order to eat its meat, so that's like... technically true.
Technically true is the best kind of true.
Okay, enough yapping, let's eat. Hey Cyrus, you thinking what I'm thinking? It's gotta be a person on that spit, right? Or several parts of overlapping people, perhaps. I haven't seen many pigs wearing palm tree button-down prints, you know? When you look closely at the spit, you spot what definitely appears to be scraps of fabric sandwiched between some layers of meat. I might be sick. Is there anything else to eat? And we literally do everything on this island.
Actually, there's one thing you're not doing today. You're not carving up this delectable meal.
Wow, he's right for a change, because I am with my broad axe. It's the perfect tool for easily chopping anything in twain.
First, who says twain? Sometimes it serves like we're all from completely different historical eras. The second, I'll handle this with my cleaver. Fast, powerful, and clean. At least it's clean when the meat is cooked. No blood.
Ugh, you two and your ridiculous bicep swinging contest. Enough, grow up. Obviously my gorgeous katana is the only option.
The hell it is.
Well, I'll show you both my katana and send you to actual hell if you like. Please, stop. Please, I hate it when we fight or talk. Or even when we look at each other in the eye. I can do it. I have the skull of Azeroth. Right, instead of slicing it up, you can club it to a second death. Yes, Cyrus, I know this isn't what you want to eat, but hurry up and volunteer to carve up Felix. I mean, dinner. Otherwise this will go on for hours. No hyperbole. They once argued over who had the most effective weapons for 72 straight hours. I can't even talk for more than 2. I mean, like, Jesus Christ, how do you have an argument for over 72 hours? It doesn't matter which one does it. When they're done, they'll take even longer cleaning their weapon, all the while explaining the value of maintaining the tools. Despite being a bunch of cold-blooded killers, for some reason they're always terrified of petness. You would think that if you're an otherworldly entity stuck in, like, limbo, petness would be one of the last things that you worry about, but... Shows me how much I know. Why don't you just let me carve up dinner? Splendid idea, we hate for it to get cold. Here it is. Here's a machete, freshly sharpened. Okay, I think I know this minigame. So it's basically it's the whole Dead by Daylight skill check. Hey, that's one. Perfect. 2. Okay, not bad. Not bad. That was pretty good. I'd like to see what you could do with a less clumsy weapon. Yeah, I said it. Machetes are dumb. Dinner is finally served. For real. The sounds especially coming from the mask killers while they eat, which involves lifting their masks and shoving up food behind them are nasty. Okay, I can see that for, like, Trapper, but, like... Doesn't Huntress have, like, a half mask, though? So technically, shouldn't she just eat straight up? How does that work? How does the logistics of that work? I want to know. The spirit meanwhile doesn't even eat. She's the only one who seems to be really embracing being dead. They're all dead, right? I mean, this is obviously hell. I mean... Well, we're still trying to be mysterious here. Do you think this mystery comes easy? Claudette and Dwight aren't the only ones who have been working their asses off to make this night perfect. Well, at least they're lifting the mask. This is only as 99% as disgusting as it could be if they tried to mash stuff through there. Spirit, why aren't you hungry? The two best things about being dead is not having to eat. There's only one thing. Think about it, Cyrus. Number 2 is... no number 2. One less thing to think about in the afterlife. Even if I wanted to eat, I have no idea what would actually follow. You might have noticed, but I'm mostly a bunch of dismembered body parts floating in spectral form. Do you see how deep this cut on my abdomen is? I don't think my digestion tract connects anymore. Between the food and the behavior of the group, this might be the worst meal in history. But what's even worse is that they're staring at you. You're not eating. They don't like that. I think they want an explanation why. What do you want to tell them? I'm sorry. Actually, it's not the food or the company. I'm just super self-conscious how I look when I eat. I'm just pretending to be grossed out by dinner, so I'd have an excuse not to chew in front of everyone. Sorry if that made things awkward. I'm actually extremely hungry. Yeah, watching people eat is gross, but try to relax and not worry about what everyone thinks. It's so important to always remember people are watching you, judging you, definitely not ignoring you, right? Guys? No one listening to me? Typically a group that includes one or, if not more, cannibals staring at you with meat juice dripping from their chins will be quite scary. However, right now you're barely even able to keep your head up, let alone get scared or run away. I'm a narrator, not a physician, so please don't take this as medical advice, but I'm pretty sure you need to eat to stay alive. Oh hey, it's me again. Your friend, mentor, and guide. Narrator to the narrator, the ocean. Not sure how I feel about that characterization, but I'll allow it. I brought you here, and I might be the only one who can help you now. There's only one thing you must do to survive. You have to figure out why you're really here. No one can tell you, not unless you follow the right path, or at least a right path. There's too many of those to count. Hopefully you pick at least one of them. Because there are even more wrong paths. Many of them lead to your demise, others lead to something even worse. Starting scenes over and having to fast forward back to where you were, am I right? Well, this place holds many secrets, even from itself, but the one that truly matters can only be learned if you answer the most important question. Why are you here? Why are you here? Answer that and you learn the truth, the ultimate truth. Vague, mysterious. I gotta give it up to this ocean character. That is some quality early game storytelling. Now hold on, I'm back. One more piece of advice. You've made many choices by now. Some of them I liked, some of them I did not. It's in your best interest to make more choices that I like. You wake up to find Spirit holding your limp body, gingerly pouring cool water into your mouth. Don't you just love the ocean at night? I do. Staring out over the vast darkness of the ocean really validates the feelings inside me that we're all truly insignificant, and the only thing worth pursuing is revenge. What a nightmare face, I love it. I have to wonder, how could anyone believe anything else? Look at the darkness of night and ponder a question. Well, that's a simple question. How could they? How could anyone not feel small and alone in the face of such massive nothingness? I mean, I don't know though. I don't know. I feel like... She's always been alone though, I think. Because like, I think if I'm not mistaken, like her mom and dad betrayed her, right? Her mom betrayed her, her mom overlooked it and her dad betrayed her or something like that. So she ended up having to, she ended up being so, and her dad got into some like huge gambling problem. So that's why she got super upset. So, I mean like, so that's why she went to go, that's why when her dad carved her up, she like decided to go for on this huge rampage for revenge. I'm gonna pick this one. Maybe it's Spirit's words, maybe it's the ocean, or maybe it's always been this way, but you suddenly feel connected to Spirit's words. I may not remember much about my life before, but there's one thing I know to be true. I've always been alone, and I will always be alone. Spirit has turned from looking at the ocean and is directly looking at you now. It's a funny idea, isn't it, being alone? God damn it, this is cutting a hell of a little deep down here, isn't it? Together is the best we can hope for. Maybe. Or maybe it's too much to hope for. Maybe it's impossible to pretend that we know anything. Is that just arrogance? Aw, she's crying. Ugh, I was so dumb, so busy trying to please everyone and be the perfect student, the perfect employee, the perfect daughter, and I didn't take care of myself. Now, I'm all I've got. Worst of all, I got distracted from my true purpose, my destiny, the purpose that was sitting inside me my whole life. Okay, this might sound a little silly, but... Spirit looks around to see if there's anyone else on the beach. When she's convinced that it's only you two, she continues. There's a dragon that lives inside me. I've always known, but I've tried to ignore it. When I couldn't ignore it, I tried to push it down. I'm so stupid. You're not stupid, that sounds badass. Right? But I didn't let it out, and then I, you know, chop, and now that dragon's pretty much a one-track revenge beast. But enough about me. What's inside of you, stranger? She's edgy. Let's go with a nothing but darkness thing. I'd kill to have a dragon. Not maybe the best choice. Maybe not the best choice of words. I mean, a dragon sounds awesome. Honestly, though, I don't feel like I've got anything inside me anymore at all. Just darkness. Never-ending darkness. And here I thought Spirit was the biggest goth on the island until you arrived. Wow, so I could light a torch and search through that darkness. Just as things are really heating up, you hear a flurry of footsteps behind you and you quickly spin around ready to fend off whatever new dangers spot up from the strange island. Only to find that it is Dwight and Claudette sprinting across the beach, clipboards in hands which are waving in the air above their heads. It's very important that we stick to the itinerary and attend each event as scheduled. Playing sick for cute flirt points was not part of this evening's activities. That's strictly slotted in for after campfire story time. At this rate, we'll be late. Playing sick? No, I was. No time for excuses. Well, there is, but that's a schedule for whatever comes after the flirting. Oh my. Go. Oh dear lord. Everyone is gathered at the fire pit. Dwight and Claudette quickly make an announcement. We're not gonna blame anyone in particular, but someone, and we're not gonna say who, so don't worry, you haven't been sticking to the schedule. That means we're behind on time for evening activities, and we'll only have time for one person to share their special spooky nighttime story. Just one story? But storytime's my favorite activity. This is a narrative-heavy experience. You're telling us that only one person gets to share? How will we decide who? Oh great, we have to decide as a group? That never goes well.
Whoever did this, step up now. I swear I won't be angry. I'll merely chop your head clean off. No fuss, no muss.
Voice trembling, you probably voice trembling, you realize this is probably it for you. But you embrace your fate. Sorry everyone, I think they're talking about me. To be honest, I still don't understand how this whole treasure thing works. I guess I lost track of time while I was passed out. I've been there before, even though it's taking some pressure off of me. Which is an absolute dream come true. Is it really fair to pick on a newbie? Seriously, has anything here ever happened on schedule? Even once?
Damn it, Donald. If you try to flex that authority gimmick one more time, so help me out, snap your head off so quick, and then I'll drown you in his blood. Cynthia, busted muscle back on. You two know little I love to hack, slash, and slice.
We all know you love to kill, it's almost all you talk about. Nobody named any names, who knows any names? Who even knows any names? Not us. I pronounced my name, who's Donald? Who's Dwight? Who even knows anybody? Call me nobody. But we still gotta get started on story time, so... Celeros, who do you think you should go? Ah, damn it, that's a name. Please pick somebody quickly so that this tropical vacation doesn't turn into a bloodbath. I choose you, Spirit! Whoa, 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 whoa. This entire experience is carefully crafted to avoid an IP infringement lawsuit. Let's be careful with the catchphrases, will ya? Really? You want to hear from me? Spirit huffs and dramatically rolls her eyes as she gets to her feet in front of the campfire. Don't let her talk you out of it, she's great at ghost stories. I don't know where she gets it, but she comes up with the scariest stuff. Seriously disturbing, even to me, and I literally pulled a guy's skull and spine out once with my bare hands.
Talk about bullshit stories.
If everyone else is going to chit-chat, I guess I can just sit down and... Hutch's eyes go red behind her mask and both Trapper and Race take their seat. They know when it's worth fighting and when it's not. Never mess with the ladies, man. Well, I hate to break it to you, but tonight's story isn't scary. It's a romance. Too late now, though. Oh, I was selected and so I'm gonna tell my story. I call it The Prisoner's Kiss. You notice that Huntress and Wraith are both sharing a giant tub of popcorn. Nobody offered you popcorn. It was a dark summer night. Warm rain seeped from the sky like blood from an old wound. Damn. Detective Hota, a celebrated investigator and renowned hostage negotiator, was called to the scene of a strange occurrence unlike anything she had ever seen before. Detective Hoda, a celebrated investigator and renowned hostage negotiator, was called to the scene of a strange occurrence unlike anything she had ever seen before. When she arrived, the scene was chaotic. Crowds had begun to gather. A dozen other officers were doing everything they could to keep curious onlookers away. But how could anyone resist wanting to know more? Well, there, in the middle of a busy market, had appeared a giant box. Strange, alien in its appearance and massive in size. No one knew how it got there. Was it delivered? Built on site? In such a busy area, how could something like this just appear? A mystery, as it was as if conjured by magic. But this was no illusion. The huge box was very real, and someone was trapped inside. Spirit pauses the story to look from face to face of each audience member. She has no expression, but you can feel her vibrating with energy. She is in her element. "Help me!" cried someone inside the box. It was a man, terrified, trapped, imprisoned, his voice trembling. By now it was as if every detective in the city was there, looking this strange structure up and down, inspecting it on every side. It didn't make sense. There were no doors, no windows, no fasteners, or seams. It was completely solid, but much too heavy to move by hand. Solid, that is, except for a single, small slit. Just enough to see the bloodshot eyes of the prisoner trapped inside. "I don't know what happened," I woke up and here I was. I'm so scared. Please help me, cried the man as if pleading for his life. No stranger to tense situations, Detective Hoda comforted the man. She used her training to calm him and buy time for the other investigators. However, time did not bring clarity, only anxiety. As the night dragged on, there's no progress opening the box. And as the night grew longer, the seeping rain puddling on the ground, the man inside grew more desperate, more sad and lonely, more pathetic and in need of help. But Detective Hoda was of no help at all. Powerless to save him, guilt began to weigh on her, like it never had before. Don't let me die in here, the man begged. Don't let me die alone. Stay calm, instructed Detective Hoda. You're not alone. I'm here. Hell, half the town is here. We're all in this together and we won't let this be the end of your story. Looking through that narrowest of passageways, Detective Hoda watched her own reflection in the tear-filled eyes of this strange, sad prisoner. Together they both wept in silence at the hopelessness of the moment. Even spirit is crying. Promise, asked the man. Promise that I'm not alone. Yes, she promised. I do. A simple pledge. She felt an instant connection like she had never felt before. Not to her family, not to her friends, not to any of the other hostages she worked so hard to free before. And so when the man's eyes closed and back away, it didn't scare Detective Hoda, for she knew he would return, and he did, pressing his lips up to the narrow slit in this horrible puzzle box, repeating his question again, steam flowing from his mouth as he asked, Promise? Promise that I'm not alone? Yes, she promised. I do. And pressing her palms against the cold outside of the box without truly knowing why, Detective Hoda leaned forward and placed her own lips up to the opening, letting her breath creep into this strange structure, allowing her warm lips to fall upon this man's. I don't know about you, but I would if I was a lady, I'd probably wait till at least until the third or maybe the fourth date before I consider, taking a smooch. I'm just saying, Just saying. I probably wouldn't do it in the first 3 hours of meeting that person. It was a gentle kiss, a moment of compassion. You could feel in this brief contact the beating of her heart, pulsing blood through every inch of her body, matched beat for beat in this soft touch. Thank you, said the man, no trace of fear remaining in his voice. He backed away into the darkness, disappearing in a single moment of eerie calmness. Get back! Yelled an officer, suddenly thrusting himself between Detective Hoda and the box, breaking a silence that would soon be filled by a cacophony of whirling gears and clicking latches. A symphony of mechanical activity happening all at once. Something had triggered, as if an unseen lever pulled, and the side of the giant box began to slide open. Detective Hoda gripped her flashlight tightly and pushed forward into the foggy interior of the giant box. Her feet splashed in the puddled rainwater, heart racing as she swept her light from side to side. And that's when her eyes landed on the man, or at least landed on what should have been him. There in the corner of the box was a pile of pieces like parts of a doll, almost pulled apart, or perhaps that's just how Detective Hoda had to think of him in that moment to survive. A collection of segments, limbs, and pieces disconnected from one another, cleanly severed and placed in a neat little pile. And on top of that pile, a head. Cold, pale, eyes open, lips an icy blue. Spirit stares at the fire, her own expression lifeless, her lips blue. Tears fall from her chin and soak into the sand at her feet. You're blown away by the story, and it's safe you're not alone. Everyone's looking up into the fire, up at the sky, anywhere but that spirit. It was you who chose her, you who initiated this harrowing tale. So sad, so creepy. So central. He really went into great detail when it came to describing that kiss. Too much detail, and now no one's sure how to act. Dwight and Claudette are staring daggers at you. You have to do something. This game was supposed to be a light-hearted romp. Please, I said do something. Hug her? You stand and without saying anything, approach Spirit, reaching your arms around her for a hug. A robe hovering in the air begins to wrap itself around you and squeeze you into her. It's kind of like being hugged back, but also kind of like being tied up. It's certainly not what you expected. Instinctively, you pull yourself away, but it's an awkward movement and you nearly fall over into the fire. Spirit says nothing and floats away without so much as a goodbye. You, meanwhile, realize everyone had just watched this truly strange interaction from the corners of their eyes. On that note, everyone decides it's time to take a break and split up for a little bit so that they can all have a little moment alone before bed. Everyone leaves and you're alone by the fire. The only thing you hear is the ocean slowly lapping against the shore. This is nice. A true moment of peace and tranquility that lasts for almost 7 seconds because Trickster shows up and he's blaring his latest song. Hey baby, you look lonely. Mind if I join you? He doesn't wait for an answer. I know you've been hearing from these guppies all day, but I want you to hear from something big. Something from a big fish like me. Something special those in charge of this island don't want you to hear. I am the ultimate catch of this island. The only lobster in a sea of sardines. No one can give you what I can. You just have to find me. Come find me, baby. The Trickster leaves. You're a bit confused about what to make of his cryptic clues, but you aren't going to get any time to yourself to think about them just yet. Spirit approaches you. You know, I was watching you while I told my story. I could tell it was having an effect on you. The fog that follows me around, I could feel you breathing heavily, taking me in. You and I are absolutely both flabbergasted at that piece of information. Legit, you learn something new every day, and even when you're a narrator. You're doing it again right now. You need to calm down. You should come to the hot tub with me. Dipping into the hot tubs of the Spirit? You've come a long way in a single day, and I'm not saying you shouldn't follow her. An offer like that, just don't forget how little time. Damn. You and your storyteller friends slip into the water. It's just the right temperature for an evening dip. Plus, if some jealous shark comes along and manages to jump from the ocean into the pool, you're also pretty sure your little companion could handle it. I just want to be totally clear, even though that story bore some similarities to my life, it was not about me in any way, shape, or form. Not symbolically, not metaphorically, and not any other ickly. I believe you completely. Sure, you cut into pieces in your life, and so was the person in the story. A perfectly normal coincidence. Sure, you're on this island trapped. One might say the most puzzling place. Also a completely regular coincidence. And sure, his lips are blue, your lips are blue. Really? You call this blue? Searching for answers, hoping to find revenge. Okay, I guess the similarities stop there, I guess. Okay, so the similarities stop there, I guess. Coincidences. Sorry, the coincidences. Get it through your head wherever you are. Samurai blood runs through my veins, or maybe it is coagulated by now. No need to sweat the details. Regardless, I am a descendant of noble warriors. Thousands of years of training with bladed weapons preceded my entrance into this world. Do you know how many swords that is? A lot. You've got to figure that with many sharp edges, a person's bound to get disconnected from a body part here and there. And the truth is, I wouldn't typically share this, so don't go blabbing about it. I dreamt my story, like watching a movie in my sleep, when I was a little girl, years before my father sunk his blade into my skin. I have never been able to shake it. That's a very adult story for children to dream. Do you believe me? I mean, who cares? Who says I believe in anything? What it matter? Who even cares what I think? Our beliefs are our business. No one else's. Well, I'll be. That's a strong take. You gotta cultivate your own garden. I just admire you, Cyrus. You're not offering up your thoughts or opinions simply to feed the curiosity of others, like some of the more desperate residents of our little paradise. Good for you, I say. Now you got me wondering, do I believe you if you believe her or not? And if I know everything, because trust me, I do know everything, don't I already know the answer to my own question? About if I believe your answer to Spirit's question. Whoa. Ocean air got me tripping. Sorry, I didn't mean to distract us both. What's important is that a certain corpsey beauty floating in a cloud of magical mist might be still waiting for you to say the right thing and free her from a puzzle box. If you believe she is there... Ah, damn it, got me going again. Unfortunately, before you can follow this conundrum to what will surely be a mind-numbing cycle of new questions, you find yourself to someone standing before you with a fresh towel ready to dry you off. Sorry kids, but it's time for bed. I might be the youngest one here, but I'm no kid. I do, however, love being wrapped up in a fresh, clean towel. My mother used to help me wash my hair when I was young. She'll comb out all the tangles and tie a little ribbon around it before sending me on my way. I miss her. You watch as Spirit stares off into the distance, her hand gripping into a tight fist. She doesn't notice you're watching her at first. When she catches you looking, she turns away, roughly grabs a towel from Dwight, and then pushes him and Claudette aside as she floats off. Dang. You head over to the campsite. The heat is comforting on this chilly night. Looking into the crackling embers, you think about Spirit's story about the prisoner in the puzzle box. If you manage to escape this place, will you leave with your life? Or has it already been taken from you and it's just a matter of time until you make a gruesome discovery? Before you can dwell too much on your fate, Claudette and Dwight arrive, their now familiar creepy smile stretching from ear to ear. It's a bit menacing to see a smile like that lit by the firelight. We must apologize for the accommodations. We weren't prepared for another guest, but we're going to make you feel comfortable. Or die trying. They hand over a pillow and blanket and welcome you to snuggle up by the fire. Perhaps some music will put you at ease? Just try to keep the volume to a minimum. Our other guests aren't the types you want to rob of your beauty sleep. I remember this. And away we go! Okay, yeah, no, I'm done. No matter how many times you listen to, no matter how many little things you listen to, you still can't sleep. You ask one of the killers to spend a little more time with you until you're sleepier. Who would you like to summon to your side as you lay by the fire? Spirit, are you around? I was wondering if I could get a little company. Spirit tells you her secret for falling asleep whenever she's feeling restless. I like to listen to flute music, dab on some essential oils, and steam my pores. Really? What, even the dead like to relax. I don't really have any of those things around. Did you just give me a ribbon? Spirit reaches out and presents you with a unique item. It's a small comb carved from bamboo. I guess you can hold on to this. It was a gift from my mother. I will want it back though, and if you lose it, well, you get your revenge on me? If it's the last thing I do. You finally start to feel sleepy, except maybe this isn't really a sleepy feeling. Maybe you're just paralyzed. You try to keep your eyes open, but you can't. Darkness overtakes you. The dark voice from earlier speaks to you again. It shouldn't still be as spooky. By now you've had a whole day of strange voices in your head, but this one's undeniably odd. Human body is made out of 60% water. Do you know that? Of course you did. Everyone knows that. Even amnesia video game protagonists. Well, guess what? Drink up as much as you like. You'll never get to 100%. You hear me? Don't think I don't see what you're up to. You wake suddenly to see someone looming over you. Trapper is sitting beside you, sketching a portrait.
Oh, you're awake. I saw you in the spirit right before bedtime, and you should know, they're not what they seem. Not like me, who's completely honest and trustworthy. Just out checking to make sure you weren't sleeping near one of my, Actually, never mind. Just be careful where you sit. Since I'm here, I'd like to share two things with you. One, I do not take rejection well. Two, the first thing is very important to remember.
Are you drawing me? Trapper doesn't answer. You aren't drawing stink lines radiating out from me, are you? Still nothing from Trapper, you bastard.
Look, I'm not an easy guy to get along with, but I am an easy guy to spend time with. That will make sense if you choose to spend time with me tomorrow. The rest of these scum live like rats. They wouldn't know a good time if I bit them on the ass. I mean that literally. Point is, if you select me, you're in for a day of luxury, extravagance, and fun. Yes, I said fun.
And if I don't pick you?
Remember what I said earlier? Well, it might be the last thing you'll ever forget. But hey, you look tired. Get some rest. Sleep. Maybe even sleep well if you can. Just, try not to roll over to the, 15 feet to your left.
Goddamn trapper. Finally alone for real this time. Maybe. You drift off to sleep again. Hopefully you're not poisoned. God dang trapper. Wait a second, where were we? Oh, this is an... Oh, jeez, it is. It's one of those reality show confessional rooms where all the contestants talk directly to the camera. Look, I don't need anyone. I've been perfectly fine on my own since my mother died. I eat an all-organic diet of raw deer, bear, and human, and I'm fit as a fiddle. That being said, something about this newcomer makes me think I might be missing out on some huge part of this thing called life. There's always time to turn things around, like that one time I spent day and night searching for food in vain. Only to return to my cabin, spent and starving, to find a family of squirrels nesting in my chimney. They were delicious.
Look, I'm always full of rage. The key is knowing how to control your rage so you can use it. I am a master of self-control, and right now I'm using all the self-control I can muster, because today was a disaster. Let's just say I didn't love it. That was funny. Laugh! I said laugh, damn it! Anyway, I'm planning to kill this idiot. Don't tell him though. I want to lead him on a little more. It'll make it that much better for me when they're screaming.
I don't really care. This island is full of people who don't really like me, so what's one more? I don't want to get distracted from my plan anyways. I know everyone thinks of me as a beautiful, cold-blooded monster. I can't help it. Circulation just isn't my thing. I don't choose to be cold. This cute hat and robe? Okay, those are a choice, sure. If someone were to come around and capture my heart, at least that beats being stabbed in it. Besides, if I'm gonna get bloody revenge on a society that has used me and thrown me away, maybe it wouldn't hurt to have a little help. If he's asking with such a cute smile, I can't possibly say no. I mean, I literally can't say no to such a cute smile. You open your eyes, the sun is shining, there's not a cloud in the sky, and you feel great, totally well rested. You're not even suspicious of the fact that you fell asleep by the campfire but woke up several yards down the beach. Wait, are you on vacation? Was yesterday nothing more than a strange dream? No, not a dream. You're really here for another day. Why? I have no idea. You're obviously a weirdo. Speaking of weirdos, I see the rest of the gang is hanging out on the beach. This is definitely not a dream. I wouldn't rule out a nightmare just yet, though. At least they make for a sexy bunch, no? And talk about sexy, here comes Trickster carrying coffee. Good morning, beautiful. I thought he went like a nice cup of joe to start off this beautiful, incredible day off right. Damn, this coffee has freaking green smoke coming out of it. Evening candy. Trickster seems suspiciously cheerful. I'm sure that there's nothing nefarious behind his joyful demeanor, though. Everyone knows that musicians are morning people. I also want to wish you luck. Today's an important one. My only regret is that I won't be a bigger part of it. Budgeting issues. Also, I'm just swamped with engagements, especially on the other island. Trickster winks at you. If you want to ask him how to reach the other island, now is that never mind, he left. Well, at least he brought me a cup of... No, wait, don't drink that! What the hell was that? They don't call me Trickster because he's good on a skateboard. And he definitely didn't get that name because he brings people drinks so that they can have a good morning. That was almost certainly not coffee. I don't want anyone casually poisoning, imprisoning, or torturing you. Yet. This is supposed to be a tropical paradise, the type of place you give a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10, 2 thumbs up review to, not an eternal prison of pain. But please, make sure to leave a review, it really helps with the algorithms. Just trust me, I'm looking out for you, so can we please move on? Hey, wait a second. How did a possibly omniscient, possibly unreliable narrator physically just knock that coffee out of your hand? This is not a parliament, and the floor does not recognize the ocean to speak out of turn at this moment. I need no recognition, for I am the ocean. I dominate the land, I submerge those who defy me and become their watery grave. Actually, speaking of graves, I would like to say something of grave importance. Fine, go ahead. Even if this place is an eternal prison of pain, and I'm not saying it is, even a place of extreme horror can still receive a 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10 thumbs up review if it was crafted with love. And or that's the type of thing you're into. You know, the ocean is right. A lot of hard work goes into a place like this. You really should judge it on the artist's intent. And whenever possible, start from the mindset of giving them the benefit of the doubt. Constructing these elaborate simulations, vacations is not easy to do. Sometimes there are some small bugs or inconsistencies, but that's just the nature of the process. Perfection is overrated. The universe is filled with mysteries. You ought to celebrate those who venture to bare their souls. It's part of a creative process with the ultimate intent of making things for our enjoyment, not to be overly critical of them. Are you two actually trying to sell me on this place actually being good? You don't have to say it like that, especially after I saved you from that poorly made cup of coffee. Sorry, we should have been here 5 minutes ago. They always do this on the second mornings. Sad, really. Even if they do make some great points. Oh sure, they make great points, I agree. Can we please move on? Yes, of course. Apologies, Celeris. The last few minutes aside, have you been enjoying your time here on the island? Yeah, it's been really entertaining. How else could I describe my stay on this island besides being really entertaining? Wow, 10 out of 10 stars, here we come. Can someone remind me to skip the section next time? I have seen this section at least 4 times already. Nope. We do need to ask you one more question though. We all had to sign away our rights to say anything negative about this place. So would you please sign this non-disparagement agreement? No. No, I will not say anything negative about this island. You have my word that I, Celeris, agree with the terms of this verbal contract. Perfect. Delightful. Excellent. Yes, yes. Looks like I'm hiding further into my corner tonight. Yes, because I don't want to see people today. Hey Celeris, it's still totally cool if you have constructive feedback. The place to leave that is in a repository review, because we all know that nobody reads negative reviews of games, results like this. Anyway, I see Dwight and Claudette have gone into a trance, and with the grumbling I hear from your belly, that could only mean one thing. Breakfast. Perfect timing. Everyone rolls in a dining area to lard up those sexy little bellies with pancakes and bacon and... That's so much for maintaining these beach spots. We're all half naked in a tropical paradise. Can we get some strawberries here? A yogurt? Magic powers only get you so far. Even killers watch their sodium intake. You take a plate and sit down, thinking about yesterday and the whirlwind of feelings you have experienced. Danger, dread, disorientation. It was like going through puberty again. Except all in one day on a beautiful, mysterious island. It looks like you're not the only one doing some introspection though. Trapper stands up to talk about how his day went in case anyone wasn't wondering. Personally, I wasn't.
I can't really imagine you could make me any angrier today than you did yesterday, but I really hope you do. I really hope you do. Unrelated. Anyone see where I left my cleaver? Haha, just kidding. I always know where my cleaver is.
Well, that was bizarre. Back to your back. No. Now Hunter steps up to talk about our feelings. This island is treacherous. I don't know what the newcomer thinks they're doing here, but it certainly isn't helping any of us. Whoa, Huntress pretends to be all independent, but is she secretly kind of miff you and her aren't getting along? Ah, well, that surely must be it. No one else would really stand up during breakfast too. And just like that, here comes the spirit. Something's not right. Did anyone else feel especially cold last night? Not in the technically dead sense, but I don't know, some other sense? It's like for the first time in a long time I felt the sun yesterday, and then it went away. I didn't like it. Guessing Wraith has had enough time to work up the courage to speak in front of the group. Ah, perfect. There he is. Take us home, Wraith. I'm glad the introduction of Celeris to our island paradise, and yes, that was in quotations, didn't distract me from my normal routine, ignoring all of you and vice versa. This place is an eternal prison of suspicion and suffering and no one cares. I'm still the only one asking any questions.
I'm asking a question too. It's when will Rafe shut up?
And now they're all looking at you expectantly. Wait, are you supposed to stand up and explain how yesterday made you feel? I think I need to process everything by myself, so I'll see you all soon. Damn, what a power play. Keep them wanting more. You're getting good at this game. Sexy true to life experience. It's a shame you didn't get to eat any breakfast, but so be it. Well, taking a break from people might help with that. No, as in like, I just... I don't know, I'm in one of those weird moods. I'm just in a weird mood today. Okay. After breakfast, you head to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was in short, a lot. Before you get there though, something catches your attention. Oh yeah? You hear that? Oh, you're addressing me? Well, yeah, I guess. That is okay, right? You know, I might be pursuing a relationship with one of these 4 fine killers. But it feels like the person I'm getting to know the most is you, Mr. Narrator. It's okay. It's only okay in so much as it serves to illustrate that you've lost your mind seeing how I'm not real and all. Yeah, I heard it this time. I think it's coming from behind the pool shed. No, stick it in there. A little more. Oh yes. That's it, yes. How's that feel? Intense. Nice. Yeah, that's Fuse, right? This is uncomfortable. Now I want you to take that, put it right. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's like that. Exactly like that. So I had no idea these two even do, whatever it is that they are doing. I'm afraid to look. Please say something so that they know you're close by and can hear everything. Oh wow, look at this super cool bottle of Trickster brand suntan lotion someone left on the chair. Anyone know where I can buy some? Have it. Oh, come on, a little privacy, please. White is panting and Claudette has a crazed look in her eyes. Sorry, I didn't know how else to let you know I was here, and that I could hear you, you know, well... You know what? What do you think you were doing? You were doing... I don't know what exactly you were doing, but it sounded like, fun? You think two people trying to find new ways to kill each other in a desperate search to make their own death permanent is fun? Whoops. We get 5 minutes to ourselves every day, and we spend it hoping if we stab each other in just the right spot, we won't get resurrected. I come to believe that the key to finding the exact place we need to bleed... I've come to believe that the key is finding out the exact place we need to bleed out from. And I believe that that place is in our appendix. Why else would it be there? Of course it's always the bloody appendix. Makes sense to me. Did you think that we were... me and him? Dwight? You don't have to laugh that hard. They get it. Life is a nightmare and somehow it's never been worse than right now. Let's go, lover boy. I know that all our entry wounds are now 5 minutes up. It's up anyway. Good luck, Cyrus. You're gonna need it. Hey, if you figure out how to escape this island, please make sure that your ghost tells us how. Those both a tragedy and comedy. A cragmedy. Sorry, ooh. A little bit of a yawn right there. Shut up, I like it. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, you're heading back to the hot tub by yourself to clear your head. Yesterday was in short, a lot. So far today has been exhausting too, but you're dedicated to achieving a true centered sense of calm. No drama, no bullshit, just soaking up the sun in the heated pool. Today you're on a date with you. Ooh, I like that. I want to be on a date with me. Who would make the first move? Aside from the disturbing thought, it's always going to plan until a shadow blocks the precious sun. Spiky tip, like a palm tree who's bending over to screw with you. But it's no tree at all, it's... Hey babe. Breakfast is weird, huh? Everyone is just getting up and announcing how they're feeling. What was that about? Some kind of forced check-in with the group? I don't like it. Fishy. Kinda lazy. Whatever though, breakfast is dumb. No one should eat before noon or after 4 p.m. Yeah, I do intermittent fasting. You see my abs, by the way? Maybe you can see them later at my private stage on the other island, you know, IP Island, where all the Hollywood celebs hang out. If you play your cards right, I could give you a private show. Catch you around. His abs are pretty amazing, and you gotta give him that. And the blow-up bat? Threatening but adorable. Makes for an interesting silhouette. He's design. He's a psychopath, just like the rest of them. You don't gotta give him anything. And we're not the best, and we're not best friends. Just because we had a little talk about doing a little talking, it's not an overt invitation to go smashing the fourth wall every 5 seconds. Okay, now that that guy is gone and we've got some ground rules established we are definitely going to abide by, it's time to lay back, take some deep, slow breaths, and nope, another shadow. These people won't leave you alone. Let's see who it is this time. Oh, Spirit, that checks out. You too have gotten pretty cozy. We should get out here. I know of a place that brings a bit of welcome darkness into this tropical nightmare. Best of all, I'm the only one that seems to know about it, so we won't be bothered there. I don't even know why I'm telling you really, it's my private spot. But I guess I've got a feeling that you'll appreciate in a way that I do. Not like these other killers. They don't get me. I'll get them. Oh, I'll get them all. And I'll get my father too. Punish him for what he did to my mother and me. The Spirit radiates a menacing aura, waving a sword around in the air. She threatens, well, the entire universe. Is scary, and more than a little hot if you get turned on by menacing. Look, all this time in Murderer's Island has gotten us both a little confused about things. I'm choosing to lean into it. I suggest you do the same. You've seen her get mad, which is probably enough to scare you to compliance. You also have seen that there's a more sensitive side hiding within her. So which one do you think will win out? Consider our offer, but before you can decide if you want to go off with the Spirit, Huntress interjects. I guess you could go off with Spirit today. She seems pretty cool, actually. I think if we weren't here on this island vying against each other for your attention, we might actually be friends. We might have something, though, you know it. We might have something, though, you and I. We literally had added the last like save data. We're gonna let you go off to her goth lighthouse without speaking up first. Yeah, I know it's a good spot. I see everything through the holes in this adorable mask. So my offer stands. We can still hang out today. Plenty of room in my cabin. Wink wink. It's pretty good that Huntress thinks that she has to say wink wink out loud. The mask barely even hides her face. It's pretty cute that Huntress thinks that she has to say wink wink out loud. The mask barely even hides her face. Tough choice. You weigh your options quickly, because you can only go on one date today, and you also don't want to be hacked into pieces for saying the wrong thing. It's always good to remember that these are all cold-blooded killers, but you know what they say, when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. And then die a horrible, retching, writhing death after drinking it because the lemons were poisoned all along. Sorry, this item really has got me tilted. So, who will it be? Easy! I gotta go to Spirit. You made the correct decision, but know this, just because you picked me doesn't mean I'm gonna slobber all over you like a dog, understand? Well, of course you still got a lot to prove to me. I wanna believe that our connection is real, but I've been hurt before. Literally with a katana. A katana that I now wield in spectral form. You feel me? Because you will feel me if you try any of that macho trapper crap. Yeah, I feel you. Before you ask Claudette and Dwight to clarify, I'll just let you know that yes, it's too late to change your answer now. You and Spirit arrived at the coast, overlooking the Black Lighthouse. It is old and decrepit, but still impressive. There's something magnetic about it. You can see why Spirit will be drawn to such a place. You look Spirit up and down and notice she's wearing all black, just like the lighthouse. I'm noticing a bit of a theme. Is black your favorite color? Black really isn't a color at all. It's the absence of color. It's a void. Like me. Spirit smiles. Nature abhors a vacuum. You're not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. The lapping waves on the shore of the coast set a romantic tone. The fog that surrounds Spirit everywhere. She blends perfectly with the mist rolling up. The fog that surrounds the lapping waves on the shore. I can't read today, can I? Let me try that again. The lapping waves on the shore of the coast set a romantic tone. The fog that surrounds Spirit everywhere. She blends perfectly with the mist rolling up over the rocky shoreline. She's at one with this place, and so are you. The peace doesn't last too long, however, as the lighthouse lets out an eerie howl like a monster dying. A spiraling black light stretches out across the night sky. Spirit has to yell at you just to be heard. Oh yeah, it does that. The light and sound recede and the two of you just sit in silence. Spirit lays down a towel and pats on it gently. Clearly she wants your company, so you oblige. When you do, she takes out some sunscreen and hands it to you. You're not exactly sure what to do. Is this an invitation to get in a little hands-on action? What else could it be? Well, thanks. Thanks. I forgot to bring my own when I lost my memory and fell into the ocean. No problem, I figured as much. Spirit turns away while you slather lotion all over your body. Any help reaching those difficult spots? You see a hand float around your back. I mean, sure, why not? Sure, why not? Spirit's hand on your back is ice cold, but she's got a soft touch. When she's done, she takes care of herself. You watch as Spirit applies sunscreen to herself in the most unique way, by floating her own hand around her back to spread it on. That is pretty handy, actually. If you know what I mean. The fact that your hands float around you like that, you can reach things way easier than I can. It's almost like you're some kind of superhero. I'm glad you get a kick out of it, but floating severed limbs isn't exactly the type of superpower you think to wish for as a kid. I'd much rather be able to read minds. Maybe then I'd understand why some people act the way they do. Apologize. I'm truly sorry. I clearly hadn't thought through what your experience is like. Sometimes humor is how you deal with uncomfortable situations that clearly you read the room wrong. I was just thinking about what you must have gone through to end up like that. It must have been horrible. It was worse than death. At least death ends eventually. I wouldn't want to forget it. It literally made me who I am right now. Truth is, I could pull these bits of glass that are stuck in my flesh out right now if I wanted to, but I don't want to. Each shard is a reminder of what my father did to me and what the world did to him. That's why I refuse to play the universe's game. I hate the idea I'll be forced to succumb to pressure the way he did in the end. The way that fear and anger filled him up and then came bursting out. The way his misery flooded our home and drowned us all. Yeesh. It's hard not to think about revenge. The dragon inside me is doing to me what the world did to him. I fight it even though it gives me strength. I must maintain control. You're stronger than he ever was, I'm sure of it. I appreciate that, Celeris. I suppose a little help isn't a bad thing, in life and love. This world is a lot to endure alone. Maybe I could use a little assistance, reaching my delicate toes for a bit of lotion. You know, having your body contorted into these ventral poses, it really does a number on my joints. It rubs the lotion on its skin. I mean... Let me rewind a bit. I'm very curious about the other options. I also want to drink as well. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, thanks. Sure, why not? I'll ask about the glass of shards sticking out of her. So, if you don't mind, what's the deal with all those glass shards sticking out from all over your body? You really want to know? You're not creeped out by them? You're not creeped out, just nervous because you know the answer might be very personal, but she's a person you want to get to know. I'm just thinking about what you must have gone through to end up like that. Yeah, it might have to have been horrible. It was a fate worse than death. At least death ends eventually. But I wouldn't want to forget me. It's literally made me who I am right now. Truth is, I could pull all these bits of glass that are stuck in my flesh out right now if I wanted to, but I don't want to. Each shard is a reminder of what my father did to me and what the world did to him. And that's why I refuse to play the universe's game. I hate the idea I'll be forced to succumb to the pressure the way he did in the end. The way that fear and anger filled him up and then came bursting out. The way his misery flooded our home and drowned us all. Yeesh. It's hard not to think about revenge. The dragon inside me is doing to me what the world did to him. I have to fight it even though it gives me strength. I must maintain control. I'm stronger than he ever was, I'm sure of it. I appreciate that, Celeris. I suppose a little help isn't a bad thing in life and love. This world is a lot to endure alone. Very true. Maybe I could use a little assistance in reaching my delicate toes for a bit of lotion. You know, having your body controlled into these vengeful poses, it really does a number on my joints. Hey! Go! 1, 2, oh, what? How is that not bad? 3, 4. I suppose that lotion made it the way it was supposed to be going eventually. And you weren't too incredibly wasteful. I'm not a woman who believes in rushing through things just to get them done. If there's a next time, I'm sure you do even better. There is a next time, because I'm gonna do this again. One, 2, 3, 4. 5. Nailed it. Nailed it. Oh, we're taking a save here. Holy shit. Spirit admires your handiwork, a smooth, even layer of lotion coating each individual toe. I would say I didn't mind that at all. I admire someone who takes what they do very seriously, no matter the task. I can imagine you moving up in the world soon. Nailed it. Nailed it. Oh, finally, Jesus. That took me way too long, man. You look up at the lighthouse, its ominous dark form hovering over this moment between spirit and yourself. Evil as it clearly is, in this case it does you a solid by blurting out another ominous moan and burst of black light that rescues you from this awkward silence. What the f- From seemingly out of nowhere, an ancient-looking ship appears in the water. It glows, itself a thing of death, a spirit of a ship that once sailed these seas centuries ago. Tattered black flag whips in the ocean air above the ship as it careens towards the shore. While crashing on the rocks, it must have been drawn in by the lighthouse. You hear the distant shoutings of sailors as the old wooden ghost ship breaks up and sinks into the water. Alright, it does that sometimes too. Should we do something? Nah, the sharks will take care of it. Within a minute, the ocean is quiet again except for the waves. Note to self, hungry sharks. But these time-traveling pirates, or whoever they are, you're half sure you saw one of those skull and crossbone flags. Aren't the only ones drawn here today. It's Wraith, he's emerged from the palm trees behind you. I didn't come here to break up your date or something. I came here for that. Wraith points to the lighthouse, it's indifferent to his attention. I've been seeing it in my dreams, shining its strange light on me. I can't avoid it through woods and walls. Nothing seems to stop it from reaching out to me. Duh, it's a haunted lighthouse. It does that to everyone at some point. You're no more special than me, those dead pirates, or that mermaid I saw washed up on that shore that one time. Ew. Mermaids, by the way, aren't even close to as beautiful in person as they are in movies. More like Sea Witch and Underwater Princess, if you catch my drift. It's all part of a vast conspiracy. An epic river of lies that runs beneath the island. Or something. I'm pretty sure I figured it out. The basics anyhow. If you come with me, I can... You can get cut. Spirit waves a katana, nearly trimming a couple of buttons off Rave's tropical top. He takes the hit and backs away a few steps slowly. For the quiet guy, he really never shuts up. Okay, be that way, you'll see. Alone at last, tension broken, nesting bones quiet, Wraith banished to wherever he hangs out, and you scooch a little closer to Spirit, breathing in the damp foggy air that seems to emanate from her. It's not quite clear how that whole fog thing works, but you don't really even care. You're feeling this moment. Dang. Candy's over there editing clips on a CRT. That dude in Tao gave me a lot of problems. Spirit seems to be feeling it too. She seems to adjust her. She starts to adjust her robe, and you get a peek at the bathing suit beneath. Yes. For someone who seems intent on proving how little she cares about what everyone else thinks, you put in a lot of work into getting into that suit. It's got straps for days. However, you're so focused on what's happening in Spirit, you don't see the next interruption coming. And Claudette and Dwight burst in on you and interrupt whatever you were doing. It doesn't seem like they're worried that they'll bump into much. We're here to make a very dramatic announcement. Well, technically, we're here to invite you to join us back at the beach. Well, we'll be making a very dramatic announcement. It's hard being the producers and the hosts. Aren't survivors supposed to work in groups of 4? Yes, but then 2 of your survivors died. When you arrive at the beach, you realize you're set up. Despite promising an announcement, Dwight and Claudette simply stand quietly. This isn't at all what was promised. Wait a minute, there's no announcement here. But there is me. You got mud in your ears, friend? I told you to get lost. Don't you see? Lost is what I am, and so are you, but I know a way out. I've got a map back in my secret lair, literally and figuratively, and yes, I know the difference. That's why you should ditch Spirit and come spend the rest of the night with me instead. You got a secret lair? Damn it. Who said anything about a secret lair? I said I've got, sap in my secret hair. There's a flap on my secret chair. Don't change the subject. Don't ask me what he's talking about. You're trying to make a mess of the very first nice day I've had in I don't know how long, because it's not even clear what year it is, but in a while. I'm not about to be ditched for the likes of you. It's not me messing things up. Like I keep trying to tell you, it's this dang island. I've come to accept the difficult truth. What's happening here? Well, I'm convinced that it's our fate. It's not anyone's decision, it's simply the way it will be. There's no use fighting it. What do you know about fighting? All you know is hiding in your spooky little secret hair and crying like a baby while ringing a little bell. So don't tell me what I can and can't fight back against. I was born a fighter. A dragon lives inside me. I can't not fight. Even all I might want to do is hide. Even when all I might want to do is hide. Don't you see the giant hat? It's a metaphor. If I do have a fate, my fate is to win every fight that comes my way. Got it? Dang, she's a fighter. Folks. Oh, you hide. I've seen you hide. You do your little phase walking routine. What do you call that? It's basically cloaking. And we all know that cloaking is a type of hiding. Folks. You cloak. I don't cloak. I'm not a cloaker. I phase walk out in the open. You just can't see me. You have no idea what they're talking about, but this sure sounds like some video game community forum thread minutiae, if that was actually such a thing. Not that you would know about that either. It sure doesn't seem like Dwight and Claudette are gonna stop this, so it's on you. I think I was brought here to make a choice, so I'm gonna do that now. And I choose Spirit! When it comes down to it, neither of these two seem easy to love. I mean, damn, Spirit literally has broken glass shards sticking out of her, but she does have certain charm to her gloom. Spirit and I were actually having a really nice time. Besides, if it's my fate to end up on this island, well, to hell with fate, really. And don't take this the wrong way, Wraith, but the amount of awkwardness you pack into a single day, it's no wonder you're so skinny. All that second-guessing yourself must burn a lot of calories. No offense taken. Yes. Okay, it's true. I can be a little awkward, I guess, sometimes. Right, so I'm gonna stick with Spirit. Spirit breathes a sigh of relief. I've got enough revenging to do without having to kill you and Wraith too. Dang. Spirit walks you around a corner to show you something that she discovered in this place and knew was meant to be connected with her journey. A cherry tree. It is just a small sapling, but it's begun to sprout flowers. It doesn't make sense to see a cherry tree here in this place. It also doesn't make sense to see a ghost in a black bathing suit, so you just accept it. And Spirit steps up to the tree. A cold breeze pulls some petals off, and it comes cascading through the air on the both of you. Those two other normal humans are characters in the game. They're characters in the actual Dead by Daylight game. You know the meaning of the cherry blossom? They're beautiful, but also quite symbolic. Of course, like all good symbols, their meaning is pretty complicated. What do they mean to you? For many people, being among cherry blossoms is like being at a celebration of life. People travel great distances just to be near their vibrant beauty. However, as beautiful as they might be, they aren't magical. They're simply flowers. They quickly die and fade away. And for this reason, they're also the symbol of fleeting nature of life, of our fragile mortality. In a way, it's the specter of looming death that calls attention to this special moment to see and appreciate life. How does that duality make you feel, Cyrus? Frustrated. As you look at the tree and consider the spirit's question, you reflect on your own current predicament, stranded here, no understanding of why, no control. The beauty of this island, the attention of such an interesting companion, it should bring you joy, but it comes at the price of being completely confused and hopeless. You look down and see a crumbling cherry blossom on the ground at your feet. As you stare at it, something begins to rage inside you, like a dragon. How can anyone find comfort, even for a moment, with death and decay looming on the horizon? It makes me so frustrated. It makes me so mad. I want to do something about it. I want to strike back against this shitty reality. Spirit lets you go off, staying calm inside, despite your bubbling rage. She must know thoughts like this. Is that why she asked you? So that you see things from a point of view? I want to be alive. You feel connected to her at this moment more than you have at any point before. You wonder, does she feel the same? Once the fallen cherry blossoms represented the souls of samurai warriors, those with noble characters, those who did not fear death, those who were killed in the greatest sacrifice to honor their emperor. Their lives were short, but their purpose gave them beauty. Those warriors saw death coming, but they never despaired. They stood and faced it. They held their swords and struck down their fear. But despite the samurai spirit that lives on inside me, my noble bloodline, my life has ended, but my death continues to stretch on. The cycle is frozen. This cherry tree, it's not real. Though its petals fall, they'll soon replenish. It's as if it were installed here by someone. You watch as spirit chooses her words very carefully. By something with no respect for the balance of life and death. Sorry to interrupt. You know we don't believe you, right? Yep. But this time we've got a really good reason. And it's got nothing to do with us being manipulated by an unseen force. Because that's definitely not happening. Nobody accused you of that, but okay. I'm just here to tell you that it's time for dinner, silly. Get it while it's all hot. I guess it's time to go, or whatever. Thanks for spending some time with me today. I enjoyed it. Me too. Why aren't they dead that though? Why aren't they dead that yet though? They're immortal. They are immortal, unfortunately. What a fun day you've been having. I can see it written all over your face. You're shining, and that's not just a remaining anxious sweat from spending an afternoon reporting a psycho killer. No, you're really feeling this whole romantic experience. Don't worry, I'll keep your dirty little secrets. But enough gentle ribbing, it's time to get back to business. All the appetizing second girls have arrived for dinner, including Trickster. Race is here too. I'm not gonna do the gag where we cram them all on the screen at the same time again, so just believe you me, they're all here. And they're just as sexy and demented as you remember them. With your love on the line, everyone's being very careful not to offend you by saying the wrong thing. Congrats, by the way, on getting this far. I'm surprised as you are that these four are falling for you. No, not because of your personality, but because you just only met them yesterday. However, this trapper seems like the biggest long shot to end up holding onto your heart. He feels caution to win and speaks up. It's a pretty small consolation prize for being the least loved killer on Murderous Island, but hey, letting them have this one moment in the spotlight is the least we can do, and heavens know they won't do any better than that.
If I'm dining solo, I'm eating what I want, and you're all eating it too. Lamb shank, bread, salt, pepper, no sauces allowed. And serve it with one single piece of broccoli so Wraith won't complain.
I like broccoli.
Gives me horrible gas.
Oh, I don't like that.
Buddy, wait till you smell what red lamb does to my bowels. It's awesome.
Dinner will be served shortly, but certain power brokers would like to know about your day. Would you like to share about your day with the rest of the group? An interesting day, but that's for sure. But how would you describe it to the others? Say it's too much or too little and it could affect your standing in the group. Okay, but don't sit there saying nothing. Nothing's not an option. But I'm going to be coy about it. It wasn't really a date, more like two people avoiding everyone else and choosing to be alone, but doing it in a relatively close proximity to each other. That's exactly right. Couldn't have said anything of value better myself. Spirit is very clearly happy with the way you portrayed your date. No surprises. She doesn't like people getting into her business. I knew it. Claudette and Dwight bring out the dinner. Everyone eats in silence. No one trusts anyone now, and they're all very tired. No, wait. No, sorry. That's a dreary supernatural horror thriller set in Antarctica, not a charming parody dating sim set in a undisclosed tropical paradise. Bony appetite. Don't you mean Bon? No, almost everything we served in has a lot of bones in it, with vegetables. Impossible to avoid on this island. Everyone eats without speaking. Tensions are rising, both of the sexual and deadly variety. When everyone finishes, Dwight and Claudette come back to clean up the table. They linger on as they pick up your plate, take a napkin, and dust crumbs off the table. What would you like to say to servants? Thank you. Your top-notch service is much appreciated. In fact, here. For us, just for doing our jobs? Thank you kindly. Everyone, if you please be so kind as to follow us to the fire pit, we appreciate it. We've been told that something big is gonna happen, something that will change everything. You can go willingly or unwillingly. You have no choice. Tough cookies.
You have a choice on how you said that, dweeb.
Yes, and I immediately regret how I did. Good. Something needs to change around here. Fire is rebirth. Fire illuminates soul. And I hope this fire isn't too smoky. Smoke hurts my eyes. I have pretty sensitive eyes. I'm also horribly afraid of it. The fire, I mean. Not my eyes, because of childhood trauma involving fire. And finally, everyone starts moving towards the fire pit, if only to get away from Rafe's complaining. Thank God. You take a seat on the comfortable log, feeling the fire's heat against your skin, and wait for the other killers to take their place, wondering who will want to tell a story this time. Will the narrator tell a story? I bet they've got a stunningly creative mind. Hey, you think, are they allowed to simply place thoughts in my mind like this? Doesn't seem fair. Everyone makes their way in, but something unexpected happens. Nothing happens. Something almost always seems to be happening here, so nothing is probably not a great sign. Oh cool, so now everyone's looking at you. So, you know, do something. Should I pick someone to tell a story, or maybe we could play charades? Boggle? Well, we were actually thinking, why don't you tell us a story? Race points his spike and staffs all thingamajig at you. You duck out of its way. Who knows what that thing can do? Probably shoot lasers.
Try not to bore us.
We're just very interested in you. Don't speak for me, Huntress. Now you can't tell if you're warm from the fire or if it's your nerves heating up. I know that the fire is right here, but maybe if we stop talking about it all the time, we can start to pretend it's not here and doesn't, you know, threaten to burn us all alive. He's not supposed to hear me. Get out here, Race. Celeros was about to make an important decision about telling a story or not. Fine, I'll tell a story. I hope it's a mystery. Okay, so what type of story do you want to tell? Romance. I'll tell a romantic story. About two lovers who take poison together and die foaming at the mouth. About two strong hunters who meet when they both try to bludgeon their same wily Wolverine. Not quite. It's about my parents. They met at a party in college. He was hosting and she'd been dragged there by some friends. They couldn't have been any more different, and yet as the night went on, they were drawn to each other. She made fun of his taste in music, and he took an interest in her major, women's studies. They were married within 2 months.
But no, soon to know if you can trust someone, don't you think?
It's so sweet. Exactly, I learned a lot about love from them. If you know, you know. Some people don't need years to get acquainted with their partner. Love could spark from a mere look across the campfire. Now you got their attention. Each killer is fiercely attempting to capture your eye. It's the fire pit. Except for Trickster, who has wandered so far, who has wandered over to the bar and is loudly playing his own music on his headphones to drown you out. Okay, that was not a very good story. I don't mean to insult you, but it was actually quite bad. Sorry, the system narrator keeps it real. We just can't end there. Who else would you like to hear a story from tonight? Of course it's the spirit. I suppose I could tell a story, but I don't really want to. But anything I say is sure to be better than whatever you could get out of anyone else in this group. Also, the non-killer woman is wearing one of those torpedo bras. I bet they make it look ridiculous IRL, but I bet nobody would notice it because it was in the game. I mean, yeah, I didn't even notice it. It's a stylistic choice, I guess. Ugh. Oh, my fucking back. Okay. Like all good stories, I stole this one from someone in the past who's dead now and can't do anything about it. It's called a bride. Technically, I suppose a fiance. One winter, a young couple decided that the next spring they would be married. These two were madly in love and could not wait for the snow to melt so they could join in matrimony and matrimony. Matrimony is matrimony. And unite souls for eternity. Per the latest bridal trends, they decided to have their wedding ceremony at the edge of the woods by a beautiful, shabby chic farmhouse. Together they spent months planning the details of the wedding. These two created invitations, figured out seating arrangements, and tasted at least 100 cakes before settling on the perfect one. They chose lily koi, by the way, so fancy. When it was time to figure out the decorations, however, the bride, the fiance, I guess, since she wasn't actually married yet, wanted to take the lead and set the style. After all, her boyfriend had been wearing cargo shorts and open-toe sandals for pretty much their entire relationship, so he was definitely not to be trusted. Having decided on such a lovely natural setting for the ceremony, the fiance decided that she would create a unique floral arrangements from the local flowers that surrounded the farmhouse. As soon as the sun rose on the first day of spring, she set off into the woods. Each day she spent hours mapping out where the best blooms could be found, and prepared to pick them herself the morning of the wedding, so that they'd be at the height of their freshness and beauty. Enamored with the incredible variety of flowers in the wood she surveyed, the fiancé, since they had not been yet married, became obsessed with knowing just how many there were so she could choose the absolute best. When the fateful morning of her big day finally came, the fiancé told her husband-to-be that she had one final errand before the wedding. Excited for the ceremony to come, she dressed in a beautiful white gown and set off into the woods to gather flowers. Treading carefully, she followed her route, selecting only the best stems and collecting them in a basket. However, when she came upon a once familiar clearing, something was not as she expected. Somehow it was more beautiful now than it had ever been before, and just on the edge of her view was a new bush. Filled with blossoms so vibrant and colorful, she became dizzy just by looking at them. But the fiancé ignored her sudden spell and pressed ahead, scooping out flower after flower, and every time she did, she noticed just ahead, impossibly, were even more beautiful blossoms. Carried by the sweet fragrance of spring air, the fiancé crept further and further into the woods until she turned the corner, stepped over a mossy fallen tree trunk, and realized she had been here before. But this wasn't a clearing she had remembered, or at least how she remembered it. The flowers were suddenly overripe, decaying and falling from their stems into the festering moldy piles on the floor. Where bees had been, now only flies buzzed. Where the scene of flowers had once intoxicated her, the odor of mildews now made her sick. She turned and looked back, but the path was dark. Into the shadowy glen she walked and walked and walked. That day, as guests scattered at the farmhouse, the fiancé was nowhere to be seen. Her friends, family, and her love began to look for her, but to no avail. They searched the pasture, the tree line, and into the forest, but there were no beautiful wildflowers or young lovers to be seen. Just old dead trees, trampled vines, and moss-covered rocks. The fiancé stayed a fiancé for eternity, always wandering, looking for fresher blooms to clip, but never finding them. Distracted by a never-ending search for perfection, unable to see that you are loved for who you are, out there all alone. I thought it was beautiful and sad, just like someone we know. Oh, story time. A lot of people like to take pot shots at sequels, but I think every good story deserves a follow-up. When you think it's the end, the sequel is almost as never as rewarding as the original. That's why I'm much more a fan of this style of episodic storytelling. Knowing the series takes a lot of pressure off any individual installment and builds greater sense of community between an audience and creator. Tell me, Celeros, if you could delete any sequel from existence, what would it be? Don't answer that. We don't actually care. We're just here to make sure that we seamlessly move on to the next segment of the evening. I'll probably have my small talk to get in the way of the romantic twilight moment. Dwight, I'm gonna ask you to shut your yap trap. You know that we need to get back to that thing that we do when we're not on screen. Okay, you have fun tonight and try not to wink wink, end up dead. When you say the word wink wink out loud, what kind of double entendre are you getting up with the end up dead thing? Dwight is physically incapable of winking, not since the accident, and you do know that all these people are despicable criminals with double-digit kill counts, right? Well, except for Spirit, she doesn't really belong there. She's strictly a victim, not the perpetrator. No wonder she's pissed.
Did I hear somebody trash talking Spirit? Deal me in. What do you say we take this dog to the hot tub so I can soak this bod while I roast that ghost with some killer hot takes?
Please, enough of talking birds or things getting lit or getting blazed. It's enough that these activities have to be set next to a literal fire. Must have been surrounded by figurative flames as well. What if we turned and ran as far away from this place as we could? Just you and me. On those spindly legs, you'd probably tire you before you got too far. If it's running away to some place more secluded Celeris is after, they should obviously join me. Have you seen this legs? Pure power. Not that my walk speed really reflects my giant stature, but that's because I choose to move slowly for stealthy reasons. It's my own choice and it's completely logical. Why is everyone so obsessed with comparing themselves to each other and creating drama? I'm so over all that. Don't you get it? Society wants to trick you into fighting with each other so that corporations can swoop in and sell you fake solutions to all your fabricated problems. We'll be sitting in the shade and drinking something locally sourced while thumbing through a public domain novella printed on recycled paper because I refuse to play the game anymore.
It's like she's actively trying to be as unappealing as possible. Does it really turn anyone else on? Or just me?
Despite Trapper's insatiable appetite, it seems that his attention, along with the attention of everyone else, is still on you for the moment. If you could, I don't know, just pick one of us and we could all move on with our lives, or, you know, special projects we might have going. You heard him. Who would it be? Who will we head off with for an evening activity? I'm just saying you may not get a lot of chances to date around like this before your time on Murderer's Island comes to a close. And no, I'm not satisfied with the name either, but there's a streaming reality TV dating show, boom, happening is pretty much all that's taken. So which killer will you pick? And we are back to excluding Trickster because, ugh, that guy. Obviously. We're gonna take the Spirit here. Who else? Why would we not take the Spirit? We're trying to chase after her this time. Spirit? Oh, you picked me. Yay. Sorry, that was rude of me. I despise phoniness, so I should be honest with you. You make for interesting company and love the idea of winning over these killers at all costs, even when I hate the game and prize. I had a long day. Bloating, subverting expectations, grinding my teeth as I imagine sweet revenge. It takes a lot out of me. Don't stop bringing your A game, alright? It might seem like I hate everything, and getting to really know who I am is an impossible task, not worth trying, but too bad. You won't know unless you search deep inside of yourself and bring everything you got. I'll say the right thing at the right time and melt my cold heart in an instant. I don't know the rules here any better than you do. See you at the bar, I guess. No, let's see. You have to respond. Lamau has a one-on-one meeting. The person in charge of the project is like, yeah, we have developers in Maple Land in Europe, but you should give them a call if you have any questions. I was like, no, I don't think that's necessary. That's the worst. You arrive at the bar to find Dwight and Claudette holding both cocktail shakers. Surrounded by a bevy of bottles for assorted boozes. Who's ready? You get wasted! As you know, I don't drink, so not me, unless you mean wasted as in killed, in which case, Dad, if you're out there somewhere, I will find you and waste you for what you've done to me. You don't drink? Ever? Is it like because it will fall out of a hole in your stomach thing, or... I don't drink alcohol because alcohol is a poison of the body and the mind, and I don't need to act like a fool to have a good time thing. Then why did you choose a mixology lesson as your romantic nighttime activity? Everyone knows that this date is just an excuse to get loaded up on booze and make terrible decisions. It's true, not a single person has ever learned anything at one of these things. Right now, that's not true. You learn how to tie a cherry knot in a stem using only your tongue. Whoa, who ordered the soda with a splash of my private business? Because that's off menu. Oh, I know what I'm drinking. Forget tonight. Well, Dwight has the Dwight apparently has the habit of, oh, not Dwight has a habit, but Dwight has the skill to actually tie a cherry knot using his tongue. Interesting. Mixology is a real thing, and it doesn't require alcohol to be interesting. I'll have you all know that I worked at a restaurant before I was finally executed by your father, on whom you have your bloody revenge. Right. Well, so be it. How about you, Celerus? Do you drink? Nope. I can't drink at all. I got the impression that tonight is a night I want to remember perfectly, so I'm gonna pass up on the alcoholic drinks. Yeah. Alcohol is a false escape. Besides, it's not like sober people can't have fun. You watch as Spirit picks up a plump cherry and roughly stabs a little plastic sword through it. Cherry juice splatters everywhere and small fruity guts flop out onto the Spirit's lap. Oopsie! One of the upsets are wearing black. It hardly shows stains. That's true, that's why I always wear black. Nope, take backsies. So lovebirds, what drink shall we make? What a dark and stormy one. How about a dark and stormy drink for my dark and stormy date? Okay, that one is cute. Yeah. Allow us to demonstrate how a dark and stormy is made. First rum, or in this case rum extract, and a bit of apple juice is poured over ice. Okay, I'm gonna remember this. So rum, apple juice, and ice, and then a fresh ginger beer is added in, garnish with a lime wheel, and drink. The end. Do you think you're up to the challenge of replicating this recipe, Celerus? Replicating rum substitute and ginger beer over ice? Don't forget the lime wheel. Rum substitute and ginger beer over ice. Don't forget the apple juice as well. Where's the lime wheel? Not sure I appreciate your tone, but yes, you got it. You're a natural, a sassy natural. You and Dwight might have more in common than... Don't you dare. Spirit seems to be in a lovely mood as she sips at dark and stormy. She's not even rolling her eyes at your petty behavior. On cue, a little dark storm begins to make its way in from the ocean. You taste your own dark and stormy as you watch the clouds approach. It's quite refreshing. Isn't this fun? Honestly, it's the most drama-free fun I've had since I got here. And since you picked a simple but delicious drink, we've got plenty of time left to relax. Wanna make out a little? Make out? Well, I never. You breathe in a sip of your drink and immediately start coughing before you can get a yes out. Lightning strikes a palm tree on the beach and immediately starts a fire. The activity ends abruptly as Dwight and Claudette usher the two of you away from the bar. Mother... Well, sometimes I hope that Cell has a chat overlay. I used to have a chat overlay and then I did away with it. I did away with the chat overlay because I felt it was too excessive. The gang's all together again on the volleyball court. Seems like only yesterday you were sitting on the sidelines watching everyone get sweaty. That's because it was, or it feels like I've been here a lot longer than that actually. It's so late that the sun's already beginning to rise. Better get this over with quickly so that, I mean, you can get some beauty rest. I do not recommend the eternal damnation or perpetual narratordom. Right now I'm already, my voice is already exhausted. Good thing you've really used your time well since then. Really getting to know the gang, the brain, the mogul, and the basket case, and the psychotic bunny girl. You know, the 4 types of people. And anyway, everyone get on the volleyball court. Everyone is gathered on the volleyball court for a new type of game. Pitch a dream date and see who Celerus chooses. Who's ready for a round robin? How round are you talking? No, not the Eat Huntress. Each dealer gets 2 minutes to tell you about the dream date they have planned for you tomorrow. In no particular order, which is a weird thing to mention, right? Almost like order does matter. Papa, why don't you go first? You think you deserve it, even if in this case it's a subtle dig. Stop talking. Papa, without further ado, would you like to make us all uncomfortable by pushing the boundaries of what is acceptable not only in polite society, but within the narrative of this in-world event and also the larger meta-narrative of a Dead by Daylight dating experience? Sometimes you're just gonna say it. Well, yes, thank you. I think I'd love to. The Celerus, you think you're picking me? Well, this is your final warning. Pick me and be punished.
and rewarded. And tomorrow will suck, probably. I'm not an easy guy to get along with, I know that. I can tell you this much. I'm hiding a secret on this island that will make fans shit themselves with excitement. If you like Trapper, you're gonna love it. And if not, you're a maggot. Also, everyone named with confidence, sexy ladies and rabbit bats better sail hell away from my yacht.
Great. Great. Huntress, why don't you take it from here? Tomorrow morning I'm planning on a nice atmospheric breakfast on the yacht. Don't worry, Trapper won't even know it's gone.
What was that?
Nothing, go away. Then, boy oh boy, I've got such an adventure planned. It involves hunting for treasure. What kind of treasure are we looking for? The treasure is you. Guess you have to pick me to find out. Let me tell you, it's primo stuff. Honestly, I would pick... Honestly, Huntress, like, if Spirit wasn't your other contender, like, if Spirit wasn't your opponent here, I would pick you any day of the goddamn week. Any day of the goddamn week, man. Now, if you don't mind, I got to start preparing because it's clear that you're already gonna pick me. Not this run, sadly. Confident and mysterious, I like it. Sorry, anyway, Wraith? Well, I don't know. I prefer to just tell Cyrus privately. I don't really know how that's gonna work with this in-game mechanics. What if you just whispered it to Cyrus? Wraith considers this for a moment. Too long. No, that's fine. Without moving, Wraith lowers his voice to a barely audible whisper. Tomorrow we have to find my bell, and then I can finally tell you about what I've been working on. It's gonna be really special, the kind of thing that will really bond. Or maybe we will finally get off this island. Maybe then we can go on a real date. Are you done? Is that it? Wraith nods, proud. Hit a Spirit. Figuratively, damn it, Dwight, you gotta watch your words with these people. Tomorrow you'll spit in the face of God, die, and be reborn anew. That's it? If you're not intrigued by that, I don't want you. Go and draw crayon art with Trapper or dig up whatever mysteries with Wraith. I don't know what those guys do all day. Do you want to at least specify which god he was spitting in the face of? All of them. Okay then, hydrate tonight if you intend to hang a Spirit. And time's up everyone, gosh, you need to dream about these options so you're ready to choose in the morning. Go dream about these swoon-worthy options so that you're ready to make a choice come dawn. And that's all night. Did you forget to mention something? Aha, oh gosh, how could you forget? Before you run off to slumber peacefully, there's one more thing to do. No reality survival dating competition parody would be complete without singling out one of our 4 contestants who's already teetering on the edge of a psychological break and giving them a little push. Hold up, this has been a survival dating competition parody this entire time and now I'm just finding out about it? Come on, the signs were there, you just didn't read them. Welcome to Murderer's Island! Now is the time to eliminate one of the killers! Oh, like a butchering way, it hurts even worse. You can't kill a killer, but you can just break their heart. Do you dare to even try? You mean, that's right, tomorrow one of these sexy slices will not be eligible to take you on a date. Who is it gonna be? But why? Because it's dramatic? Because it's surprising? Because it's a classic reversal of fate? And it will hurt someone's feelings. Someone dangerous. So what's it gonna be, champ? What's your thought process here? Trapper seems like he might throttle you in your sleep if you eliminate him. That being said, at least you see him coming. Spirit could be anywhere. She floats, and I hear she can disappear. Hard to track. Look, if you get rid of Wraith, you might cry, and I totally support normalizing men crying and being vulnerable, but it seems like he might be an ugly crier. At first, you might pretend to be okay with it, but then you'll start seeing her behind every tree. What I'm trying to say is, I don't envy you, boss, so which sociopath are you eliminating? Easy! Goodbye, Trapper. This was very simple. Trapper, you scared everything shit out of me, so you're eliminated. That's fair. Honestly though, I don't care. You suck. But not in a good way. You bore me. You personality-free maggot. It would even be fun to kill you. Which I was totally going to do tomorrow, first chance at God. So really, this is a win-win for both of us. Still might kill you though, out of principle for eliminating me. Sleep with both eyes open, and have fun on your date tomorrow. Now that you've broken the heart of someone heartless, you should go get some shut-eye. And don't worry too much about the broken heart you've left behind, because of course they'll be receiving a consolation prize. They might not get to go home with Cyrus when this is all over, but they'll never sleep alone again. That's right, we're sending an eliminated player home with a trickster body pillow. They're mostly the trickster body pillow. The next best thing to the real trickster, it might not hug you back, but it certainly won't try to stab you. How do we know? Because I've tried it. That's right, it's Dwight tested and Claudette approved. I bet Mooney would love a body pillow of the trickster. Anyway. I hope you sleep well tonight, Cyrus. You're my hero for what you've accomplished. How can you sleep tonight knowing what you've done? Not because of the guilt, I mean... knowing that there's a legit homicidal maniac who hates you so close by. How can you sleep tonight knowing what you'll do tomorrow? I don't know how you do it, but you better go before Dwight and Claudette come back and put you to sleep themselves. You know those two. Schedule, schedule, schedule. Oh. 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 Okay. Let's check out the chat for a second. If it was a harem game, we could have had both. You know, honestly, if it was a harem game, I definitely would have chosen both of them any day of the week. Nah, that's more Raven. That's probably true. Wow, what a crazy way to end the day. An elimination? I didn't even know it was that kind of game. Let's check in with everyone, especially with our loser. Everybody deserves a send-off. Let's see how things go tomorrow, I suppose. I'm not expecting anything. I tend to shut my mind off during hard times. I know I seem all excited and never really care, but the truth is... I'm really a pessimist at heart. That tends to happen when your mother is skewed by an elk when you were young. Yeah, how did you know? Well, gas is also the only thing you talk about. If you'd excuse me, I think I saw a raccoon over in that tree and I'm feeling peckish. I really don't know what's happening here, and honestly I haven't been paying attention. Oh, Cyrus, sorry I forgot. I'm focusing on other things, more important things. One way or the other, I won't be here for much longer.
I don't handle rejection well. At least I don't think I do. No one has ever been dumb enough to reject me before. Yeah, the more I think about it, the angrier I'm getting. And I'm a giant rage monster, so everyone in this room should be scared right now. Turn the camera off.
Well, Cyrus isn't to me. Why wouldn't they be? I'm thoughtful, beautiful, surrounded by a calming mist, and also I've got great hair. He is not wrong, her hair is fabulous. Ma'am, I wish I knew what the kind of hair product that you were using, because I want to use that too. And since I'm technically dead, I'm extremely low maintenance. Oh, hell yes. Hell fucking yes, dude. Look, I don't like to throw the term anime waifu around too often, but if the body pillow fits, snuggle it, you know what I mean? This is why I fucking chose her this time. This is why I knew she was the fucking best girl. This is why she's best girl. What? No, you're not part of this. You don't get a confessional. It's cool, man. I'm not part of anything, you feel me? I'm not a cog in anyone's machine. I'm my own machine. This whole thing is pretty cute though. Charmingly low budget, old school marketing vibes. Not gonna lie, I kinda wish I wasn't so busy right now. I'd be definitely down with the reality show style dating competition with survival elements. But I got my new album, upcoming tour, and finalizing the new sneaker line, and producing a limited series of my life, and starting a new social media NFT crypto app, and doing these private gigs on IP Island. My dudes, you gotta come and check it out. IP Island, it's dope. It's where the real killers are hanging out, fully licensed, no legal drama. Lawyers, take a hike. Tell everyone that Trickster said that about them, don't worry. I'm talking about your favorite established characters from all over pop culture that can't be seen in silent. Hell, you could probably even mention them, like Ghost. Don't you say it. Look, we get it. We're very popular and in demand, but we have a game to get back to and I don't want to get sued. Ghostface. Come on. Whatever, I don't even care. I'm the Trickster. See you around, Cyrus, YouTube narrator. I have a name, you know. You do? Yeah, seriously, they don't pay me enough to deal with you people. It's in my turn. What? No, it's not your turn. You're sentient water. How are you even sitting in a chair? What's a chair? It's the thing you're getting all wet. Now it's gonna smell like mildew. Okay, rude. Fine, let's get this over with. Your turn, Ocean. Do your check-in. Check-in? I was just looking at the bathroom. Bathroom? Are you serious? It's down the hall to the left. It's okay, never mind. Never mind? What does that even mean? Oh no, not you two. This wasn't meant to be a confessional type, but literally every character in this game. It's okay, we don't have to confess anything. We've just been working our asses off for 2 days straight and we want to sit down somewhere. The chair's wet. Yeah, I think the ocean just peed on it. How's that possible? You know what? I don't care. You two are looking pretty pleased with yourselves. I've got something to confess. Oh great, what's it gonna be? You ate blue in 2nd grade? You all cheated on an algebra test once? Watching Pepper get eliminated for the first time in this unending spiral staircase of pain that is my life, and that I felt even in modicum of joy. Every minute that I'm alive is a nightmare. This place, the sun, the sweet sugary drinks, it sounds like fun for a long weekend before eternity. The unrelenting rhythm of crashing waves and the wailing seagulls is like a crescendoing song of evil that makes me question the very foundation of the universe. Why am I here? Why are any of us here? What kind of sentient being will do this? Please raise me from this existence. Make it so that I was never born. Pull the plug of this experiment. Let my soul be free. And please, please get me out of this polo shirt. Okay, let's get you to bed, buddy. I don't want to go to bed. Going to bed means eventually I'll have to wake up. Yikes, that was a weird way to end, huh? It's the soul of the survivors that she uses for her hair. That's probably true. Honestly, this game makes me hate Claudette and Dweet even more. Yeah, I mean, as soon as I got Dwight's perks, I was like, nope, I'm done. That's why I use, like, Leon almost exclusively. Ah, well, what you gonna do? You let the camera roll on long enough, someone's bound to say something crazy. Anyway, it seems like everyone's had their shot to annoy me tonight, so let's hit the hay and get some rest. Tomorrow's gonna be a doozy. Soft sunlight warms your skin, nudging you awake. Also using a killer crab as a pillow, which is sort of okay with. What's that? You don't know about the killer crabs? Alright, you didn't go in that huntress state. You really missed out. It was thrilling. Or I guess it would have been. You have to play through it again to get that reference, I suppose. I got that reference. I went with the huntress first. You pull on your beach attire and splash water in your face. Dwight and Claudette approach. Is that look on your face excitement or is it terror? You notice your stomach flutters with butterflies. Someone is in love. Or you've been infected with the zombie butterflies in your sleep. Oh my god. Ah, my nose. Whew. But it has happened here before, but it's probably the love thing. It's time. Claudette gestures over the beach where all the killers stand, flanked by tiki torches. It's a scene very reminiscent of a TV show you used to hate watch of your ex. Suddenly the message is clear. You're going to declare your affections for a killer in front of several other killers. Hey, isn't Trickster supposed to be here? We paid him good money to make some half-ass cameos in the show. I'm going to chew his agent out. But before they walk you over for your big moment. Don't think you ever noticed how inclined you've been to us, Celeris. It can be easy. Being thrown onto a mysterious island for seemingly no real reason, surrounded by terrifying killers, trying to manage your most primal impulses, murder and making out, and you've kept a cool head and treated us, your friendly island host, with dignity and respect, so don't tell anyone we told you this, but... Dwight and Claudette looked around conspiratorially. That's a little hint for you going forward. Don't try to go all the way with the killer who just isn't into you. Relationships are two-way streets, and if you don't have a green light in the other direction, you might end up in the friend zone. The friend zone? That doesn't sound so bad. Where do you think you are exactly? Dead by Daylight doesn't do friends. They're killers and they're survivors, and I'm afraid we can't say more. Okay, so who's into me? Dwight and Claudette look around conspiratorially again. Well, I've never seen Spirit open up to anyone like that. She has opened up to you. I've seen her open up the insides of plenty of people, but thankfully for you and us, that's in a different type of game. Yep. So you ready? Of course you're not, but too bad we're on a schedule. You make your way to the row of hotties. Claudette, Dwight stand off to the side, hands behind their backs. It's been quite the 48 hours, but there are clearly sparks in the air. I'm not just talking about this rusty chainsaw, though I do recommend staying away from those sparks. It's time for our newcomer to confess their love. Wait, I have to do a drum roll for this. No you don't, but who cares? Celeris, who do you choose for your solo date? Are we going to do the flower thing? Wait, I thought you agreed to keep that between us. No, not that flower thing. I mean the thing where the suitor gets a flower as a symbol of the contestant's love and affection. Oh, right, I suppose. But no roses, they're such cliche at this point. Well, that's good, because I tried to pick a rose, but I got an ouchie, so I settled for these. I actually don't know what these are. Are these like lilies or something like that? I don't know what kind of flowers are these. Beautiful. You've done a good job, Dwight. This is such a lovely bouquet. I just hope Dwight saved some of these for Claudette. They're a thing, right? You're getting that vibe too? That's me? Sorry, you've got other things to think about right now. Stellaris, who do you select to receive these flowers and spend a day with you today? You approach Spirit, peering below the brim of her impressively large hat and into her haunting eyes. I actually gotta mention though, like Spirit's eyes, like her green eyes it's extremely beautiful. Those are the ones from the game that turned the guy into Blight. Oh shit, I didn't even know that. That's actually a good catch. Spirit, since I've met you, I've been enchanted by your presence. You've challenged me to be a better person and resist the urge to show me the sharp end of your katana. For that, I thank you. I'm ready to take our relationship to the next level. And we shall, up to the eye of the storm, of the dark storm that's our reality, to the lantern room of the Black Lighthouse. It's time to see what you're made of, Stellaris. Gasp. I thought it might be nice to start the day out on Trapper's yacht before we head up to the Black Lighthouse. Even if I kinda hate this tropical vacation, this basic tropical vacation stuff like yachts and snorkeling or whatever, it's good for you to see me in the sun a little bit at least. There's more to me than what you've already gotten to experience. And I know that my whole vibe can be a little dark. Yeah, no kidding. The hat, the swimsuit, the plume of floating hair. This wasn't always who I was. I was a normal young woman once. I went to school, my friends. I even had a part-time job working in a restaurant in town. And well, I know what happened. Your father, he murdered me and I awoke as an undead avenger. That's not what I'm getting at. Something else happened to me. I realized I needed to be seen. I don't even know by whom, but just a lot of time when you think about ghosts, there are these kinds of see-through flickering specters. You imagine reaching out and having a hand go right through them. Ooh, that kind of thing. Maybe there's some sort of warpy effect on the world around you. I don't know. Depends on the movie you're watching. But when I died, well, I dare you to try and reach your hand through me. Not really, that's not an invitation, it's rhetorical. Why did I end up this way? Who brought me here to this island? Who knows, I sure as hell don't. But I've got my ideas. I mean, what happened if I'm being honest? Maybe I was granted a wish. Maybe it's me finally being something to someone. Something scary, something violent, something feared. But without a doubt something. Maybe whoever or whatever did this to me thought they were doing me a favor. And that's a very flattering angle of the spirit. That's a very, very flattering angle. But maybe, last maybe coming up, I promise. Maybe they're right. Maybe now you got me doing it. Maybe they brought me to you. Something clearly brought us together. I'm not exactly out there digging around in caves or dusting off antiques and trying to find clues and analyze their meanings. I do want to take this experience seriously though. I want to give the process a chance. It may be a dumb process, and one I have extremely little respect for as a person, but you just woke up on this beach with no memory of who you are or where you came from, and rather than freak out and simply try to swim away, you're giving this a chance. I actually didn't know the swimming away was an option. It's not, however. The fact that you have never even tried, I think that means you feel courage, or an open mind, or I don't know, maybe you stuck around because you like someone you met here. Maybe. While the two of you are getting all deep and philosophically flirty, the yacht pulled up to the shore next to the Black Lighthouse. Last stop, everybody off! There were other stops? Oh no, not of this trip, of your life. Spirit rolls her eyes and leaves for the shore. I'm just messing with you, this was the only stop. No one here is really looking out for our fun, so we have to make it for ourselves. But there are no other stops, seriously, go. Where's you to put the poop deck, Dwight? The ship doesn't even have a poop deck. Oh well. As you disembark, you see Dwight and Claudette run giggling across the ship. Too bad you can't date those two. They seem like they know how to have a good time. Dating Survivor Edition? Would be funny to try and date Feng Min or something like that. Death by Snoo Snoo? Death by Snoo Snoo is only for the Huntress. I will take Death by Snoo Snoo. Definitely. I'm gonna lie, I would be thinking the same. True. You arrive at the beach near the majestic black lighthouse. Its imposing form towers over you. A flock of birds circles lazily, no fear or urgency, as if circling a corpse that hasn't moved in ages. I'm excited about today, see? Spirit places her wrist delicately in your hand and presses your fingers down against her skin. It's cool to touch, but feel... Is it the faintest of pulses? My blood is absolutely pumping. So what happens now? Now I show you something that no one has ever seen up close before. Well, no one has lived to tell about it. We're going there. Spirit points to the top of the lighthouse amongst the circling birds. What's actually up there? Have you seen it? Hey y'all, how's everyone doing today? Oh, hi Wraith, you sure seem chipper today. Something strange is definitely going on with this guy. Well, something else strange. Something different than what's usually going on. Wraith takes a deep breath, sucking in the ocean air like it's the greatest air that has ever been sucked. Jesus. Cyrus, thank you. Thank you for choosing anyone else to go on a date with today. Alone again forever. This is how I was meant to be. I feel alive. Are you done? We're kind of, on that date you just mentioned. I'm glad you're feeling better, Wraith, but like you said, we're in the middle of something. You mind? No, right. So what you doing? Heading up there to the eye of the lighthouse. I love it up there. You can really see the whole island from up there. In fact, Spirit, I thought you said no one has been up there and lived to tell about it, but this sounds exactly like telling about it. Technically, I don't think Wraith counts as being alive. I mean, I don't maintain the canon, but Spirit waves her arms at Wraith from head to toe. And if he's not dead now, he's gonna be when I punish him for interrupting our date. Hey now, we can solve our problems without our hair floating up into any menacing shapes. I'll just be over here running away. Enjoy the view. I think Wraith was kidding about being the whole up there thing. Honestly, the view isn't off the island. What you can mostly see is the ocean on account of it, being a lighthouse. However, that does bring up an interesting point regarding your, how do I say it? Spirit's hand floats up as she scratches her head contemplatively. You don't usually see her at a loss for words like this. What's your mortal status? Because despite what our lanky friend seems to think, the lighthouse is not to be trifled with. It's a beacon of death and suffering that brings doom to it from all corners of the world, if not further. Well, you saw a freaking pirate ship seemingly travel through space and time only to crumble at the rocks beneath this spooky tower. But I decided not to point it out because that wouldn't be too romantic now, would it? I think I'm alive? I'm here with you, walking this beach, feeling the water on my feet, feeling the sun on my skin. Here with me, the Spirit. Does that really make you alive? I guess I don't know. If you come with me up into the eye of the Black Lighthouse, you may never return. Is that a risk you're willing to take? Because we have something. I won't deny it, I feel it. I would hate for you to simply turn to ash. If we were to commit right here, right now, after figuring this out as friends, we could put that risk off for another time. Let's be friends? Ow, was this a way of letting you down easy? I don't know if I want that friendship. I want you, that's why I chose you. I can't decide for you. I can only warn you that you might not be safe. You might die up there, and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm gonna die. You take a deep breath and think about every particle of sea air as it travels through your body and fills your lungs. This may be the last time you have such a thought, but you feel strangely at peace with that information. I don't need another friend. I want something more, and I'll risk my life for it. Spirit smiles a quirky, devilish smile. Right this way. Oh, hell yes. Inside the lighthouse, it is almost pitch black. It was seemingly day when you stepped through the door, but this place is like a void. The last thing you see as the final rays of sun leave you is a horrible sight. A petrified body laying on the stairs, reaching not up, but down as if it had been crawling. Watch your step. The things we do for love. When you arrive in the lantern room at the top of the Black Lighthouse, you breathe a sigh of relief. The light is out and seemingly defunct. Dust cakes the room as though it hasn't been operated in a century. However, somehow, or just morning a moment ago, but now it's night. What do you mean a moment ago? We've been standing here looking out over the ocean all day. I really enjoyed a peaceful time together with you, taking in the view, standing in complete in silence for hours. It's kind of my perfect day. Really? I don't remember that. I just called it the perfect day and you can't be bothered to remember it? What kind of game are you playing with me? I want to remember it, just for some reason my mind is completely blank, but hey, I'm not dead. Or you're already dead and have been this whole time. That is true. Maybe we'll never know. Doesn't look like the light is working. Even if it turned on, the light has a power to it. Its massive lens refracts moonlight through itself, a subtle sparkle that has a hypnotic effect. Maybe that's where the day went, staring into this light as the sun fell and the moon rose. Thanks for spending the day with me, I had a really good time. That's it? Don't get me wrong, this is really cool and all, I guess I just don't know what I expected. I suppose if you thought you were walking into your death and nothing happened, it might feel a little anticlimactic. Sorry, anyhow, it's time to go. Here, let me just flip on the light for the staircase so it's easy to get down. The stairs look pretty dark, maybe it... Spirits interrupted by a strange hum, and then it becomes frighteningly clear to you. The switch that wasn't for the stairs, it was for the main lantern. A lantern that's now beginning to power up. The faint smell of burning begins to reach up to your nose. Oopsie, maybe that switch wasn't for the stair lights at all. Now, we see who's really alive and who's really dead, I suppose. It was bound to happen sooner or later. You slam your eyes closed, hoping that somehow not looking at the light itself will protect you. Not sure I see the logic in that, but it is magic. It kind of defies logic. I want to see it, but well, I'm a little scared. Don't look directly into the light. Open your eyes and look only at me and I'll keep you safe. Shit. Okay. Let's see, hold on, let's see. They seem like the interns from Total Drama Island. Wouldn't dating and Sorry making it during dating VN? Well, if they made the killers teachers, if they make a regular VN, that's actually true. If they made like a high school version of this, holy hell. The super secret ending is you become the next killer after Wesker, right? Oh my god. What an angle. Hell yes. Hell yes, exactly. Alright. Not bad. Ooh. Ooh, not bad. Are you okay? You seem okay. I hope I haven't ruined this by pushing you to do something you weren't meant to do. You're so brave. Maybe not so coordinated, but certainly brave. I'm so lucky you put yourself through this for me. It shows that you're real. Despite your attempts to resist it, the incredible force of energy from the Black Lighthouse Lantern's eye refuses to subside. No, it cannot be ignored. It doesn't matter if you look at it directly or not. In the end, that was just a trivial game. This is real life and real magic. You stare at it now and its power penetrates your mind. Hey, been a while. How are things? Doing good? Feeling more dead or more alive? Yeah, love will do that to a person. Don't worry, it'll make sense soon. You awake to hear Spirit's muffled voice. You got a terrible taste in your mouth, like burnt hair. The air feels damp and smells like ash. It takes time for the sound to clear up, but eventually Spirit's words starts to make sense to you. However, it's clear she's talking to someone else, not you. You know how sometimes people say it's not you, it's me? Well, this time it's you and it's me. What? I never thought I can't believe I thought you would change for me. I can't believe I thought what you were doing was a sacrifice. You never gave anything up for me. Well, today I saw what love looks like, and it does look a whole lot different than this.
I don't think you're hearing me, which is weird because I'm practically shouting. No one breaks up a trapper, nobody.
Yeah, fine, nobody breaks up a trapper. But I'm not doing that, I'm dumping...
Don't you say it.
I'm dumping Evan McMillian. There's nothing you or he can do about it. It's over between us, Evan. You guys are dating? What? What? What sorcery is this?
Rin,
Trapper throws some spirit and looks directly at you. You realize you're laying on the ground of some weird tunnel. Oh no.
I think your shouting woke up Cyrus.
Am I shouting? I'm sorry. I think I've interrupted something I'm sorry, I think I interrupted something, very personal and also quite scary. I swear I wasn't trying to listen in, but I heard a lot. Probably not everything. I think I woke up in the middle. What did you hear? Just you dumping Trapper.
We were never together. I mean, we were together. Wink, wink, wink.
I know you're wearing a mask, but I can see your eyes. You don't really need to say wink, wink, wink out loud. That's another reason I'm right to have dumped you.
You did not. It was mutual.
The jig is as they say up. They know you're awake now, and you're gonna have to deal with this awkward situation head on. Clearly, I shouldn't be here. You two are having a very personal conversation that I don't need to be involved in. I don't even know how I got here, not on this island, or even here in this creepy tunnel. As far as this island goes, your guess is as good as mine. As far as this tunnel goes, we brought you here. Yeah, apparently I was being two-timed. Apparently she was banging the Trapper. Damn, I feel cucked. I feel cucked. What the hell is this feeling? You and Trapper? But after the lighthouse came on, you blacked out. On your way down, I thought you might have hit your head or something. It's hard to tell what blood is new or old around here. Either way, I wanted to get you somewhere safe, so I asked Trapper for help. It's not that I can't carry you, I just didn't feel like it, you know? I hate anything messing with my shards. Trapper, on the other hand, he loves nothing more than having an unconscious body draped over his shoulder. I could have asked Claudette or Dwight for help, but I don't trust them. But you trust Trapper? Like and trust are two different things. You might think Trapper can be a real jerk and you'd be right, but you get what you see with him. We brought you down here because we're the only ones who know about this place. It's part of an old tunnel network that connects different places on the island. What's up, guys? Talking island mysteries? My favorite topic. I was just in the neighborhood, so I thought I'd pop in. Trapper, you said this place was private.
Don't look at me. I didn't tell him about it. How would the feel this spot is getting away from people like him?
Well, geez, I can see when I'm not wanted. So you three throuple now, or? Guess I gotta say, I didn't get the whole Trapper spirit thing, but hey, it's not my business. I don't stick my nose in it.
We're not a thing. Nobody traps a Trapper. No, traps or relationships.
And you do realize you're sticking your nose in our business right now, right? Well, so hostile. If you don't want to talk about it, just say so. Anyhow, this tunnel has some very interesting features. If you head about 50 meters down that way, you'll find...
Get out!
He looks around just to be doubly sure that Trapper is addressing him. I'm just leaving. This island, it's a lonely place, which is great for me. I love to be alone. Trapper, on the other hand, he's quite needy. And after a lot of pursuit, I finally let him catch up to me. And it became, well, I don't want to call it a relationship because somebody really didn't want to have that talk, but we were more than friends.
I dispute if feds are stolen. For the record, I don't pursue. I stalk and I lie in wait.
Seeing eye to eye was one of the things we were good at. So, I hate to ask, but I did just look into a refrigerator-sized death lamp. So I'm more of a glutton for punishment than I thought. What are you good at?
Well, starters.
Excuse me, I take that question, thank you very much. If you know anything about me by now, it's that I'm on a quest for revenge. Exactly. And what you might not know is that Trapper is a great classical maestro of revenge. Trapper blushes behind the mask. That's one way to compliment a killer. Revenge against friends who had turned their back and betrayed him. Revenge against his father for making him into a monster. Revenge against a barista who wrote the name Ewan on his cappuccino, knowing his name was actually Evan. For someone who thinks about revenge as much as I do, Trapper is an inspiration. But they say never to date your heroes. Good advice, but I don't think that's the same. And then you came along, Cyrus. You showed me it's okay to be lost, to feel pathetic, to push on when you have nothing real to offer anyone. I'm not sure where you got all of that from, but okay. You held out the mirror to my own doubts and fears and showed me that they weren't everything about me, that I can embrace those things but not be defined by them. You showed me that life after death could be more than just an obsession with revenge and mind-blowing sex on the ground in the dark cave or dusty old tunnel. Oh my god. I mean... Damn! Trapper nudges you in the ribs with his elbow. Gross. Clearly appealing to Trapper's better features has been a winning strategy for dumping his ass, but he seems to be taking it quite well. This whole half-ass dating show parody thing, at first I obviously thought it was a lame idea. What kind of moron thought there was an audience for this? But then we spent some time together and then I realized there's something actually real here. I don't want to give up on it. I don't want to give up on us.
Listen, Cyrus, while you're not conscious by some minor head trauma like a total weakling, Spirit confided in me that she has real feelings for you. I took it extremely well naturally because I trust her and value her opinions. That doesn't mean I trust you. It won't get to you to get through me first.
By passing Trapper's test,
Coming to Baby TV Sundays at 8 p.m. Welcome to Trapper's Test. Answer my questions correctly or damn I'm blade. Question number 1.
oh my god, am I really going to get... Am I actually going to get a test here? What the fuck? Yeah, I straight up got NTR down there. It seems the behavior is bigger degenerates than I thought. Yeah, I know, right? Damn baristas making serial killers. Hell yeah. Damn to reveal the freaking call out. Question number 1. What is Spirit's real name? The one given to her by her murderous father, which she only lets her real friends call her. Easy! She's not Yamamoto, she's not Yumi, she's freaking Rin Yamaoka.
Okay, you got that one. Don't celebrate yet. Question number 2. What lives inside Spirit?
A dragon.
I'm sure everyone knows that. They won't all be this easy. Question number 3. Where did Spirit work back when she was a normal college girl before she was hell-bent on revenge?
A restaurant.
I know, to think I would date a waitress. Don't tell my father I ever mingled with help like that. He'd be so disappointed in me. Question number 4. What's Spirit's favorite color?
Black.
Are these questions largely superficial? Sure. Maybe I didn't get to know Spirit that well. Maybe that's why she maybe that's why she didn't work out for us. Who knows? Question number 5. Final question.
You got this, Cyrus.
According to Spirit, what's worse than being dead?
Not being seen for who you are.
I pitched a Trapper stats to the suits at Baby TV. They told me there was no room in the budget for a new car to be given as the final prize for winning. So I killed them all, right there on the spot. While killing them didn't solve any of the budget problems, it sure didn't feel good. I'm telling you this, A, to brag, and B, to explain why the only thing you're going to win is me saying congratulations for passing the Trapper's test. Not that it was some huge challenge. I mean, the woman obsessed with a giant light that shines in the dark has a chip on the shoulders about being seen. Go figure. You probably guessed, but rules are rules, even if I literally just made them up. You got it right. So, I guess I approve of you dating Spirit or whatever. I never really cared for her in the first place. I was just hoping you'd slip out and give me a good excuse to wet my blade with your blood. Maybe I'll find a reason tomorrow. You do have fun. Wink, wink, wink. Trapper out.
I am so sorry you had to endure that. What, 5 easy questions? It was nothing. Not even that, as ridiculous and unnecessary as it was. It's the whole thing. The waking up in the random tunnel, the overhearing our argument, the news that Trapper and I had something going on, the whole stupid quiz, all of it. Especially the whole Trapper out catchphrase. It's only because I actually like you. None of it would have happened if I didn't. And I like you too, Spirit. Please call me Rin. Rin. I didn't really feel like our lighthouse experience was completed. There was something else I wanted to show you. Alone up in the lantern room of the tower. Get your mind out of the gutter, Cyrus. It's not that kind of game. Was that? Hold on one moment. I'm being told. No, wait, it is that kind of game. Disregard the gutter comment. Come back up there with me. There's no place I'd rather be. Like, I know it's not canon, but Spirit's Path definitely opened up so much more fan fiction right now. It hella does. You're excited to return to the lantern room of this lighthouse, despite all the drama and worry that was obviously a part of this place for you. More importantly, you're excited to be there with Spirit, which makes it all the more crushing. when you're interrupted by the arrival of Claudette and Dwight. I hate these two so goddamn much right now. These two are the goddamn worst. Claudette, Dwight, funny seeing you here. Wait, did I say that funny? I meant tragic. It's hella tragic to have you here. Tragic? I don't think so. What can be tragic about family reunion? Those are joyous occasions in my experience. Before they can explain what that's supposed to mean, the lighthouse begins to howl a low, frightening sound. Oh boy. The lens now begins to glow in a now familiar way. You prepare to shield your eyes in case something bad happens to you again. Now isn't the time for any reality show adjacent shenanigans, Dwight, Claudette. Shield your eyes. We don't know what the lighthouse will. No, please don't interrupt. You think after all this time you know you've got your best interests in mind. Wait, what? No, of course I don't think that. No wax in your ears, friend. I asked you not to interrupt. Too late. The black light flares. In the darkness, you see something horrible and strange. In the place of Dwight and Claudette are two foolish silhouettes. Before we can focus on them, the light passes and the two survivors are returned to their normal states. It's breezy up here. I should have packed a sweater. What in the hairy hell? Hey, watch language. You shouldn't speak that way. It's the Oni. Around your elders. Grandpa? Well, technically he's your great-great-great-great-great-grandpa, but still. My little Rin, you're such a woman now. They grow up so fast. Oh my god. Oh. I'm sorry. What? I'm sorry. What? Celarus, meet Grandpa Kazan Yamaoka. Well, technically not just Grandpa. Technically he's my great-great-great-great-great-grandpa, but that's a lot of greats to say in a row. I haven't seen my little Rin since I watched over her from the afterlife, since when she was a little girl. And I expect you to say all the greats as a matter of honor and respect. Except Rin, she can do whatever she wants, my precious little angel. But you, Oni, stares at me with his demonic red eyes. You're pretty sure that the decorative third eye on his mask is looking at you. You mongrel. We must treat me with respect. Also help me, I'll be cleaning bits of your head off my carnival. A carnival is like a metal baseball bat covered in spikes, FYI. Imagine what a peasant like you is doing so close to a descendant of the Yonobu Yamaoka bloodline in the first place. Dirk, Claudine. Dirk and Claudine. Explain what's going on to me. It's Dwight, sir, and Claudette. Remember, we explained to you that you were going to come meet with your great-great-great-granddaughter's suitor and give or withhold your approval. My greats. Great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, sir, your honor, master, sir. Dwight, he's a samurai, not a judge. Grandpa, they must have summoned you here because they think that you have great judgment, and because if they summon my father, I will be too distracted by torturing him all of eternity to continue the rest of whatever this is. Your game experience? Ah yes, that makes sense. Only a man of my own power and magnitude can help. Not important much? Nice to meet you, Kazan. Only my friends and family can call me Kazan. Those who tremble in fear at my presence call me Oni. You're seeing a serious resemblance to a trapper, not only the sheer size of the man that Oni is, but also his attitude. Apparently, Spirit has a type. Are you sure you can want to measure up to that? It dawns upon you that, wait a second, maybe you do resemble Oni. Every time you try to look at your own reflection, however, you've become dizzy and confused. This definitely deserves much more thought, but now's not the time to consider the fact that you might be some kind of hulking vampire with the first ever case of self-blindness. There's a massive samurai mad dogging you from 2 steps away. Well, you don't scare me at all, so I'll stick with Kazan. Peasant. I realize now the true visit of the true reason of my visit. The true purpose of my visit is to extinguish your light. Oni waves his katana in the air at you menacingly, like great-great-great-great-great-grandfather, like great-great-great-great-granddaughter, apparently. Oh, hold up there, Grandpa. It's not so fast. You're supposed to kill them and deserve it. First, you got to get to know them a little better. Young people these days always waiting to kill people, insisting on they must deserve it. Back in my day, you did what needed to be done because your nobility depended on it. In his day, for such an imposing present, he should have giving off some serious old man yells at cloud vibes. Yes! Yes, he's an old man that yells at cloud. Oh dear lord. I'm saving this. You see, when I was a young man, we didn't have much foreigners in our land. Didn't need them. We had an abundance of culture already. A little too much if you ask me, but I didn't make the rules. The rulers did exactly how it should be. Literature, art, commerce, theater, fashion, poetry, puppet shows, ghost stories, courtesans, gambling, fighting, fine dining, fast food, public executions. What are we talking about? Spirit giggles at a great. Okay, I'm not saying all of those every time. At Oni's forgetfulness. You wonder, does she even like this guy? She sure hates her father, so. Listen up, old man. We don't have time for you to do a list of practically every activity available to a samurai in the entirety of the Edo period. Silence present, you're showing your ignorance. Samurai are forbade from any of the activities that didn't defeat the Bushido code, such as attending certain theatrical performance, for instance. Sometimes, however, a samurai will put on a disguise to seek out entertainment. Now, I'm not saying I did that because I had honor, and a body built like an entire castle that is quite hard to hide. But clearly, you have neither my honor nor my physique. You don't even know about the ins and outs of the shifting rules of traditional Japanese samurai etiquette. You fool! Rin, what would you want with such an uneducated admirer as this? You find it hard to believe that any contemporary person knows all that much about who was and who wasn't allowed to do what leisure activities over 100 years ago. However, you're not really sure how to handle this massive demonic old man. Oh wait, I get it. Sweet Rin, my beautiful descendant, you invited me here to do what you're too kind to do. Bash this jerk's head in. Claude, Doris, fetch my kanabo. Rin, wrap your robe around this mongrel's heads and hold still. Splatter their brains on the beach together as a family. Grandpa, no, that's not why I invited you here at all. In fact, I didn't invite you. Claudette and Dwight did. Haha. Yes, sure. Wink, wink, wink. This whole wink saying out loud thing is getting out of hand. Him and Trapper really do have a lot in common, don't they? I swear, Saros has a good soul and the heart of a warrior. They fought for my love and in their own ways, faced on death more than once and put up with their fair share of nonsense. Nonsense which seems to be endless. Can we, I don't know, wrap this up already? Of course. Who am I to expect anyone to wait around for my approval? I've only been hanging out as a ghost, watching my bloodline be polluted by the cowards and quitters for 5 generations. Jesus Christ. Just come your ancestor and Lord. Oh, Jesus Christ. Sword drawn, the Oni beckons you closer. There's no way he has ever hugged anyone in his entire life. I think I'm actually good over here. Actually. Rin, now, push them my way and I'll split them in half. The sacrifice of this usurper to the Yamaoka bloodline will surely bring us back to life and set us back on the course of honor. You're so silly, Grandpa. We both know that only one sacrifice can get our family back on track. Revenge on my father, your great-great-great-grandson, traitor to the Yamaoka name. The lustful violence in your voice, it fills me with cheer. I'll never forget who I am. I suppose, if this is the person you want to be with, go on the journey of bloody revenge with, I should trust your judgment. The strength inside of you blooms from the same cherry tree that was planted centuries ago by our shared ancestors. And if Celerus ever treats me poorly, you have my word on my family's honor. I will wield my katana and gut them like a fish. Well, fudge. A tear rolls down from behind Oni's demonic mask. You sure you want to marry into this?
Honestly, I have a hard time trying to marry a normal person in real life already, or at least getting even a date with a normal person in real life. I have a hard enough time dating people in real life anyway. Not even dating a normal person. I have just a hard time dating in real life anyway. This is not a problem for me. Let's go. Let's do this. One last word of advice, my dear girl. The father stuff, don't forget it, but maybe stop focusing so specifically and obsessively on it. What he did, it was awful, but it was already done. Do something for yourself now. That's my 2 cents. Be well, Rin. I'll see you again soon. Now let's go, servants. Clint, Denise, return me to the stables. I assume my dragon has been fed and tended to. Oh, yeah, sure. I swear, this is still better than dealing with Papa's dad. I'm sorry if I was disrespectful of your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. He seemed like a special man. I realize I'll never measure up to someone like that, a warrior with a hell of a fashion sense. I mean, that mask. Don't worry, I would never expect you to, or want you to, really. If all I wanted was the biggest brute alive, I'd be down in Trapper's cave right now avoiding his vintage bear traps. But that is not the life I've imagined for myself. This sense of abstract duty, anger at the world changing around me, and lust for blood. That's no way to live, and yet, as you now know, this is the Yamaoka way of life. Forever I'm cursed to battle against the dragon that lives inside me. Or at least maybe I was until now. I don't want to read this corny ass line. This line is so freaking corny. I'm trying not to swear, but this line is so freaking corny, man. Call me the Dragon Tamer, baby. Jesus Christ. You haven't won this game yet, so please don't ruin it. I'm sorry, I have no idea where that came from. I think we've spent enough time in this lantern room. We should get back to the beach. The moonlight sets a romantic mood as storm clouds roll in and it's around the black lighthouse. You know, the sun might have set, but if we wait long enough, it will rise again. Save. 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 Spirit removes her sheer robe, showing you her strappy black bikini. Her pale skin glows under the light of the moon. Maybe you could help me get a head start on applying tomorrow's sunscreen. I mean, hell yes. Again? I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, last time was, well, definitely felt more connected to you afterwards. To be totally real with you, I just kinda asked you as a goof, but I really enjoyed it. I swear though, if you tell anyone about this, I will not be labeled as a foot freak. Not that there is anything wrong with feet, it's just that something about that kind of attention really gets people talking. Madam, you are speaking my language, man. Steady. Steady. Where's my save game? Where's my save game? Save! Almost. Oh, I need to perfect this. No. 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 Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. I need to release it on time. I'm releasing it too early. Okay, perfect. Okay. No, 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 no. Shh. Silence, Mooney. Okay. Yes. 2. Breathe. 3. Nailed it. Nailed it. Oh. Oh. Nailed it. 3 in a row. Go, son. Let's fuck.
Shoryuken!
That feels nice. Okay. God, that is so goddamn hot. I love feeling your hands sliding up and down my feet and in between my toes. My skin has never been more moist. Oh yes. Get up here right now. Give me that face all day, Spirit. All f***ing day. Before you can find a towel to wipe off your lotioned hands, Spirit grabs you and pulls you in close. Her lips lock onto yours. They're surprisingly soft and warm. The sensation is incredible. Clouds cover the moon and you find yourself on the beach with Spirit in complete darkness. You can feel the narrow straps of her bathing suit come undone and come to life, snaking through the air, wrapping around your body, lifting you off your feet. Come here, you. So this is what it feels like to fly. As Spirit pulls you close, you feel bits of glass press into your flesh. Pain and pleasure mix and wash over you like the ocean. Salty air stinging your skin as you writhe against your undead lover. The lighthouse howls. In the darkness, you're pretty sure that Spirit lets the dragon inside of her take over. If it kills you, you're sure it will have all been worth it. The clouds part just as you manage to pull yourself exhausted away from Spirit. A chunk of broken glass is lodged in your shoulder. When you pluck from your skin, it drips blood. Sorry, I think this got stuck to me when I was, when I was having the best night of my life. Spirit drags her fingertip over the sharp end of the glass shard. Keep it. Consider it a memento. I don't plenty more where that came from. Yeah, boy! Back on the beach, the other killers roll their eyes as you show up with the Spirit. Knowing that doing that couples thing where you walk with your hands in each other's back pockets. You know it's obnoxious, but love will do that to a person. Last day, you beautiful piece of meat. You've done so well. You're almost at the finish line. You didn't think I brought you all this way without plan, did you? What kind of sinister body of salt in the water do you think I am? Sarah, Spirit, welcome back. Since you're both still alive, we can assume that both of you had a good time. You point to the many open wounds you have on your body, complete with bits of sand and dirt stuck in them. Yeah, you could say that. I think some of those might be infected. You really should get them checked out. That's fine, it's worth it.
If you're actually going through with this, I think you should get checked out as your head, my friend. Spirit's absolutely nuts. You won't survive a week dating her.
Did you just give us a something like 3 scenes ago?
You might think that she's all sad and introspective, but the truth is she's a demon hell-bent on revenge who will ultimately stop at nothing to satisfy her lust for death that courses through her veins. I can't get her out of her mind. Out of my mind. I can't get her out of my mind.
Well, I know all of that, and I think it's hot. She's the goth girlfriend of my dreams, and you're just jealous you lost her, so you're trying to run me out of town. Well, guess what? I'm not scared of you. I'm with Rin now, and she's got my back, literally. He's carved a name in it with a piece of broken glass. Thank God it was only 3 minutes long. She carved my skin. She penetrated me with her glass. God. Alright, we get it. Everyone's super tough and all you do is kill no matter what. But we've got a show to finish and this is the finale, so we just need you to hold up for just a moment longer. After all, that was the point of this whole experience, to give even the most demented killers a chance at finding love. And it worked. To think my official bio called me the distinctly below average. My official bio called me distinctly below average. Well, look at me now. World, I'm about to officiate the wedding. Well, look at me now, world. I'm about to officiate the wedding of 2 complete maniacs. Please, Spirit, take this bouquet and prepare your vows. And as soon as you both say I do, we can send you off on your exclusive honeymoon. Hold up, nobody's saying I do today. Yeah, nobody is. Wait, what? Marriage is an archaic social institution put in place by men in power thousands of years ago to maintain their control on the world. I'm not interested in playing their game. I'm not interested in doing what anyone tells me or living by any rules that I don't believe in deep down in my heart. In fact, now that I think about it, I don't remember being asked if I wanted to take part in this bootleg reality TV bullshit in the first place. Did anyone here agree to this? I'm still not entirely sure what's going on. Spirit has manifested a katana, and in the moment, the mood has changed from a romantic climax to a place of terror. Oh, we all having fun here. If you say I do, we can. I won't. With a slice of her blade, Claudette is no more, replaced by 2 halves of Claudette, neither of which are especially alive. Dwight is horrified. There's a chance he actually wet himself. Luckily for him, Aki hides a lot of things. Unfortunately for him, urine isn't one of them. Meanwhile, Trapper, Huntress, and Wraith are eating popcorn. Where did they get popcorn? You had the impression that Claudette and Dwight did all the cooking around here, so sorry, now's not the time to think about who popped popcorn, because a gruesome murder just happened. This is for you. You know what to do. Oh dear. Okay. We know what's about to happen here. Spirit hands you a katana. You look on the whimpering Dwight and feel everyone's waiting for you to put him out of his misery. Look, Zelda's on a very tight schedule. You respect schedules, right? If you kill me, I'm afraid of what comes next, so I don't know, could you not? You think back to that strange moment of the lantern room in the Black Lighthouse when the light hit Dwight. There was something off about it all, as if he wasn't real, or at least not really human. Was that a good reason to do him in with Spirit's katana? Or is that a reason not to kill him? This doesn't make sense. The only thing that's making sense is taking control, taking it away from them, taking it into your own hands and carving out a new destiny for yourself. Kill this pathetic worm. Kill him and join me on my mission. Together we will be unstoppable. That's quite an offer. What are you gonna do? Okay. Because we are doing the bad ending first. We're gonna spare him. Then we're gonna come back and go in for the good ending. I hate breaking the Spirit's heart. I hate breaking Spirit. I hate breaking Huntress's heart, and I don't know what's gonna happen to Spirit, so we're gonna find out. You drop Spirit's katana into the sand at your feet. Everyone gasps. You look up at Spirit. She's furious. I could never kill him. Oh no, that second statement is bad. Oh, that last one is harsh. Oh. I'm gonna try this one. I'm not a killer. Because I'm not a killer, I'm not like you. Trapper's laughter echoes across the beach.
I knew it this entire time. You're just some wuss who bumped their head on the balcony of some bargain cruise ship or whatever, fell into the ocean and washed up here. I could smell the pour on you all this entire time.
I'm so disappointed. Spirit picks up the katana and does Dwight in herself. He never stood a chance. I admire you in a way for standing up for who you are, but I also despise you for being a spineless weakling. You're no killer, eh? Does that make you a survivor? As if you can handle the agony. Here's a little tip. Survivors never really survive. Without warning, Spirit gives you the ending you asked for. It's kill or be killed warning. Pick your side. The wrong side. The dead side. At least she looks beautiful as she thrusts a katana into your heart. That's one. We're gonna fast forward this. Okay. Let's hit this one. Because I never loved you. I don't care about you, about your pathetic quest for revenge, about your petty personal drama, or about your cliché existential struggles. Spirit is aghast. You shared so much with her. She opened up to you like no one else in her life. Metaphorically, I mean. Literally, she's full of open wounds. I'm just here for this moment right now, to watch what little blood is left in your cold veins drain from your face. To show you that you're not even close to the ruthless killer you think you are. To show all of you you're nothing. You think just because you have a tragic backstory and a signature weapon that makes you worthy of my pursuit. You're toys to me. I play with you in a docile way. This whole world is my sandbox. Well, I am the ultimate killer. I am the next generation of monster. I am the future of suffering. I knew I made the right choice with you, Celeris. It's the entity. It's the entity. You know, the cosmic being created all of this. You, this island, me, even I assume. It's come to admire your ascension from virtual nobody to the heartbreaking villain. You're laying it on a little thick, but I suppose you've earned it. Go off. Love? You all have gotten soft. Too much sunshine and volleyball. I don't even like either of those things. Yeah, well, I don't care. That's why you fell for me, I guess. Because nobody cares less than me. Things are gonna get a lot more deranged and maniacal now that I'm around. I introduce to you the latest and greatest killer on this island. Me. Celeris. Hey, you out there, I'm talking to you, directly to you now. You think you're in control? You think you're in charge? Well, you aren't now and never were. This is my game and it goes deeper than you ever imagined. See you around. Forever. God damn. Days later. Not much has changed on Murderer's Island. One new resident, sure, but in the end, what difference does that make? The tropical beach vacation with no end in sight continues on. The water is warm, the drinks are cold, and the fire crackles peacefully in the distances. Spirit reads alone by the pool. I can't believe they pulled that crap with me. Me, the one obsessed with revenge. I know they know that's my thing. I said it a billion times. Cut into pieces, wild hair, obsessed with revenge. These are my most obvious character traits. Forever's a long time. Don't they know that? Don't they know I'll never give up? Never. Ever. 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 Well, you've done it, my friend. You've bested them all. You've convinced 4 different kinds of killers to fall in love with you, only to pull the rug out from each and every one of them and send them face first into the sand, broken-hearted. You're quite a craven shifter, very manipulative, downright dastardly. A true evil monster among monsters. Now, I don't mean that as an insult, I call it like I see it. After all, I've narrated each of your different playthroughs, looking on as you portrayed yourself as 4 different kinds of persons. I loved it so much. I decided to pull some strings on your behalf. While you were doing your thing, I've made some calls and I've arranged a very special meeting with someone very important to the journey you've been on. Celeris, nice to see you again. I've looked over on your success here and I want to personally congratulate you. Not that I'm a person, I'm an entity, but no. I've taken the most person-like form for myself that I can bear to exist in to have this little chat with you. As you know, the roster of killers in Dead by Daylight franchise is ever increasing. I work hard selecting the greatest monsters across dimensions to take part in my little festival of despair. I must say, I work hard selecting the greatest monsters from across dimensions to take part in my little festival of despair, and I must say, I'm proud of the results. Clearly, you quite like the results as well, taking so much time and energy to canoodle my collection. Which brings us to tonight. I take great pleasure in pain, in fear, in horror. Strong emotions, those are the strongest. Some would say so, right up there, with heartbreak. So I'm flipping the chessboard, I'm turning the whole game on its head. The intense fear of being chased and killed, that's not going away, but it's got competition. Next generation of killers must do more than just hunt, capture, sacrifice through intimidation or force alone. They do it using love. And you've shown me what it's got to be. Didn't you show me that you've got what it takes to be the first of a new generation? I hereby dub you the Casanova, the first killer to be added to the roster of Dead by Daylight 2. Love her. We didn't hear, we're announcing the sequel right now in this post-game sequence. Yes, it's legit. Of course it is. Would I lie to you? There's some details to work out, but everyone on the team is very excited about your potential. I've already had the folks in marketing work on your blurb. Using the romantic charm to disarm unsuspecting play, the Casanova brings victims to their knees. One knee, that is, to propose a marriage between pain and suffering. Armed with the power of love, the Casanova targets a victim's heart before ripping it out and eating it for dinner. It needs work, I know, but it's a start. The only thing is, you're gonna have to keep this information a secret. All of it. The sequel, The New Love, is pain gimmick, your role. Those in the DVD forums are always trying to spoil what we have planned, and if any of this leaks out, it's all cancelled immediately and we're shifting our focus to a farming sim. And you spend an eternity crafting little shovels to plant carrots or something. I don't know, I'm still working it out. Anyhow, congrats on a new gig. I look forward to you working for me, forever, and ever, and ever. Oh, give me that goddamn sword, I'm gonna kill him. You raise Spirit's katana, and with an ease of slicing a wedding cake, you cut him in two. His dead body slumps on the ground in front of you. That was so incredibly sexy. I dig that face a lot. Okay. Rin places her hands over yours, and you both hold a katana, your fingers intertwined. You look to the other killers and see something new on their face. On their faces. Respect. One of them now. Ruthless, uncompromising, splattered with blood, a killer. My father's really gonna crap his pants when he sees two of us coming. What are you waiting for, lover? He's sitting on the beach below the black lighthouse watching seagulls devour the liver of a dead pirate who is washed up on shore. Oh, hell yes. It's a shame that Bobo is not here to see this. Oh, hell yes. Oh, hell yes. I'll take this any day of the goddamn week. Absolutely any freaking day of the week, man. You sit on the beach below the black lighthouse watching seagulls devour the liver of a dead pirate who is washed up on shore. Just thinking about how much I love you, Rin. Now stop thinking and show me. Do you think we'll ever leave this place? And what do you care? I just hope we don't. Love it. Love it. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are done with Hooked on You Dead by Daylight's dating sim. And I freaking love it. I freaking absolutely love this game. It's been just frigging fun. I've enjoyed the hell out of this game. A lot of people diss this game for, you know, just being corny and just being too unrealistic, or it's not like edgy enough and stuff like that. But honestly, I think that Dead by Daylight needs some brevity in this, like, it needs some brevity in the midst of its darkness and in the midst of its doom and gloom that is seen throughout the series and stuff like that. And I think that this is probably one of the best, like, ways that the developer has, like, paid homages to the characters and everything. And I think that they could have chosen a better developer than the one who did the KFC love simulation game and stuff like that. Could have chosen a better developer. And freaking hell, I mean, I love this game. Honestly, if there's DLC that's coming out for it, I'm getting it. I mean, haters and negative reviewers aside, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I've had a huge positive experience in this game. I mean, like, from skill checks to like to meeting all the different killers, interacting with them, kind of finding out a little bit of, like, surprising a little bit of back lore and stuff like that. And even though some of it might not necessarily be like some of them might not necessarily be lore accurate. Yeah, some of them might not be lore accurate, but I think that it's just been good. Like I have had, like I can't think of anything negative playing through this game and everything, because it's just like I have just enjoyed it. So that's about enough of me gushing over the game. If this game's currently on Steam at the moment, if anyone wants to try and play it and stuff like that, you can always pick it up for like, I think I picked it up for like what, 14 bucks? Yeah, I've kind of picked it up for like 14 bucks and like I kind of picked it up for like 14 bucks on Steam and stuff like that. So I mean, like, if you guys are keen on trying it and picking it up and everything, yeah, go for it. Because like I think that this has been just a great game. So yeah. Okay, so without further ado, I'm gonna go get myself some rest and everything. I hope that everybody has a wonderful night and stuff like that. And do take care of yourselves. I will catch you guys a little bit later. Take care, everybody. I'll see you guys soon. I just hope that they do more DLC of this. If they do more DLC of this game, I'd be so hella down for it. I'd just buy the hell out of that DLC. I wouldn't mind like a sequel. I wouldn't mind like a sequel of this. I wouldn't mind. Okay, maybe not a sequel, right? Maybe not just a sequel. Maybe like I do a sequel, or I do a DLC of this, because this is just nice.